All right, we're live.
Yes.
Hello. Welcome to the Punk Rock Libertarians Podcast, After Hours, episode 504.5, the DNC live stream. I am Otto. Tonight I'm joined with Jared
What up, guys?
and MC Noda 300.
Noda 300.
There's Alex, everybody. And last but certainly not least, that is the Chile Island-based James Babb.
So good to be here broadcasting live from my secure and undisclosed compound.
But
Running
you were
on battery power at Starlink. Yep. It's working great.
Public library.
Last week you were at a disclosed location with all of us. We were this was last Saturday, and it was awesome. Fucking our episode 500 at Crabtown, USA.
500.
That was
Yeah.
so much fun.
Oh man, you guys, I really wish everyone could have come out there and could have seen, had fun with us. It's been a long time. Like, we've been doing this for a fucking long time. Like, it's crazy to think my daughter was only a few months old when I decided to come on the podcast for the first time, and now she's like running around, she's doing softball and all this other crazy stuff, and I'm like, yeah. And then there's Brandon. Thank you for coming in the overflow room, Brandon.
Right on.
I'm gonna come in the overflow room.
So, I'm just I was super, like, I don't know, I was like in a zen like place, at during the podcast. I was also really drunk, so
It was
Wow.
super great to see the Matt
Shocker.
Bergman
Right.
rejoin the show for a historic, it's like getting the band back together kind of moment. It's good.
Yeah.
right. I had so much fun. So much fun.
Oh,
He said he'd like to come on the show more, which I think he should. So hope he does.
Well, yeah, man, I'll have to throw it out to him and see if he's down to come on, and we're just gonna keep on chugging away. Like it was cool seeing Eric. Eric came down. It was cool seeing Paul. Like, a bunch of people we haven't seen in a while. Like, just roll on out, man. I mean, it was free crabs in Maryland. Like, surprised more people from our in Maryland didn't show up just because it's fucking free crabs. But whatever.
It was
all
tough.
good.
It's summertime. People are busy.
Josie was quite pleased with the crabs. She's a big crab fan, and
Hell yeah.
she thought that was excellent.
Awesome.
And she said thank you very much for the crabs.
Wow. Hey, she's a friend of yours. She's a friend of ours.
Yeah, it was a blast, man. We had some great sponsors. The LP Maryland Tracksuit Caucus donated Uncle Ted's Manifesto, Industrial Society and Its Consequences.
Which I won.
Yes.
I won
That's
it
one.
in the raffle.
I thought you just
So-
won. I thought you just won the lookalike contest. The Uncle Ted lookalike contest.
Yeah, we had our friends over at
There.
WBS Apparel here in Baltimore, White Boy Summer Apparel. They donated 2 T-shirts and a hat. The classic "Not a Fed" and another T-shirt with the shopping cart. Put it back. Pretty dope. And yeah, Billy won that. Friend of the show,
Hell yeah.
Otto's best friend,
Hell
Billy.
yeah.
Solid dude. Drove out to Reno with him for the 2022 Reno reset. That was awesome. And then yeah, Libertarian Party Mises Caucus. We donated some books. We had What Government Has Done to Our Money, and
Did we give all those away? Hopefully, everyone
yeah.
took them.
yeah.
Yes.
Well,
All right.
I don't know who won. I'm trying to recall.
I don't think it
Who
was
won
win. I
that?
just gave it away. I was just like, take one, please.
Yeah, well, we had that one, and then there was Anatomy of the State, and then there was a couple other books. There was a Ron Paul bumper sticker. I forget who won that, but yeah.
Oh, we forgot. I should have
Economics and
added
One
this
Lesson.
to my not so based buttons.
Yeah, so the Libertarian Party Maryland,
There you
well, there was Karen Ann's campaign buttons from 2022 in that package.
No, this is
Very
this is-
sad. A lot of very sad libertarians
Oh,
represented in
lots of
that
sad
pin
ones.
package. A lot of sad ones. Joe Bishop Henchman, total loser, folks. Total loser.
Any Bill Weld? You know what? If anybody's got Bill Weld like like campaign materials.
Yeah, I felt
that should be in a museum. Like that's so like perfect.
Yeah, the Gary Johnson 2012 wasn't so bad, but then the 2016, the Johnson Weld that was the worst, folks. But yeah, then the grand prize, this was a dope giveaway. Maryland Firearms and Night Wolf Tactical were so kind to donate. Night Wolf Tactical donated basically 16 hours of firearms training, so they could be that individual could be deemed worthy of purchasing a firearm and be able to maybe have the privilege of carrying it in certain places, which was recently struck down in the state of Maryland. But basically, a handgun qualification and training course. And Maryland Firearms donated some ear protection, safety glasses, 50 rounds of ammunition, and $25 off first firearm purchase. So thanks again to our sponsors. They fucking rocked. And our friend Paul Blasternaut of Meecock here in Maryland, he won that amazing prize. So way to go, Paul. But yeah,
I
it was
also
good
won some ammo. Who donated the ammo that I won?
That was the
three.
Libertarian Party, the Tracksuit Caucus, the Maryland Tracksuit Caucus donated that.
Very generous and much appreciated.
Yeah, so it was a good time, and that's why. Yeah, so you.
Meanwhile, the anti-gun portion of the DNC has just happened.
Oh, do we got a highlight here, Jared? Do we want to zoom in live here? Oh no,
it's muted.
Oh, this is why we need to disarm innocent people.
Oh, because something happened.
Where are we at?
Want to keep my kids safe.
On July 4th, 2022, I was next in line to walk in the Highland Park Independence Day Parade when gunshots erupted. 7 people were shot and killed, and 4
child
more
soldier
injured.
in
Vice President Harris has been a gun
We're
sense
in the wrong
champion
class
since
for
she was our
them.
California AG.
We have 2 options in November. We have Kamala Harris, who has already proven her leadership in the Biden-Harris administration.
How?
As the first ever comprehensive gun reform in 30
How?
years. Meanwhile, Donald Trump has cozied up to the NRA and the gun lobby.
I have full confidence.
Well, what she should say is,
in
can we
Vice
pause
President
it?
Harris that she's dedicated to and
Oh, it's
committed
live.
to finding a
mute
solution
it.
to
Can we
end
mute
gun
it?
violence.
Yeah.
Is he congratulating her on being tough on crime? I mean, is
Wait,
that
I
where they're
choose
gonna go with
freedom.
this?
I choose
Oh.
freedom. The
Freedom
to
freedom
not-
from gun violence.
I
This
choose
is
you
Orwellian
guys.
Freedom
shit,
to-
man.
Freedom to disarm my neighbors. What?
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, there's
pain.
Pink.
Oh
Ew.
God,
Ew.
what is?
Ew.
bitch.
That's
Is
a dude.
she the Little
First
Mermaid?
off-
Well, hey,
Is she gonna
we should add
sing?
that to our.
Oh God.
We should add that to our list of coming.
Yep, I don't know.
I'm coming and just end it.
What is this crap?
Yeah, please fucking mute that. She's singing.
Very
the national
sad.
anthem.
All right, we'll tune out of this for now.
She's
Yeah.
subject for drugs, and now somehow she's the Democratic, singing on the DNC. Shocking.
I mean, look, and look, this is still punk rock libertarians. The Republican convention was just as cringe in many
I know.
moments.
Right.
Oh,
remember
yeah,
they
well,
had like
yeah.
Hulk Hogan and shit. Like,
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan
version of
couldn't
Hulk
even rip
Hogan.
his T-shirt all the way through.
He's just like, I'm so
Like,
geriatric. He's like, I could
But you know,
barely.
I feel like with this live stream, we should offer like a courtesy blur for the viewers. Like a just to shield your eyes.
Although-
like you don't want to stare directly into the abyss. It's just like
yeah,
it's just
no.
too dark.
Oh man, but yeah, Saturday was a blast.
Why does
guys.
everything have to be an op, dude? Why has everything got to be an op?
Yeah, that too.
Hey, man, it's not us doing it.
No, I'm saying
No.
like, why is it everything is actually an op? Like, I'm
I
not saying
know.
like why do we
I
think
know,
it's
it
an op?
is.
No, it's an op.
No, Eric has a good question here. He said, "What was everyone's favorite arcade machine from Crowdtown?"
Dude, I didn't.
The Star
get a
Wars
chance to play
pinball was pretty
any.
sweet.
You guys understand? I left.
I mean, we found the classic Simpsons like
Oh,
beat 'em
so
up
great.
game.
well, they
that was
have
the
that
best one.
at. They also have that at Johnny Rad's in Baltimore.
Mm. Oh,
I-
man, I haven't
they
been
also
there in
have the-
forever.
Yeah, that place is pretty cool, except for
Yeah.
for all COVIDians and stuff.
Yeah, I
like
don't go
that.
there anymore just because of that.
Yeah,
Fuck
Well, you
them.
don't go a lot of places. Then.
I don't go to a lot of places. I'm like, fuck you. You were
They're
part
all
of
like
this
that.
shit.
yeah.
That's right.
I'll I'll do it now and just like, yeah, I wasn't coming at all.
Yeah, like before
Now I'm gonna
2020, I'd be like, oh, I love
gonna
going to
come.
these places. Post 2020,
I'm gonna come.
I'm like, no, I'm not.
But yeah,
But
so
yeah,
that Simpson one was good. Dude, they had a lot of classic pinball machines and arcade machines. Like, I didn't
It's a
expect
wonderful
that.
arcade in there. I want
I
to go back
know.
and just spend time in the arcade. Like a
Yeah.
lot of those machines, like Dig Dug. This was like my junior high school. Like we would
Dig
like
Dug.
skip school and go to the arcade. You know, with
They
like
had
my
Dig Dug,
girlfriend
man.
or whatever. Like Centipede. That was my
Centipede,
era.
yeah.
You know,
They had it. Did you see the
Galaga.
one, Babs? It was they only made a few, and it was like basically a bartender game, and it was Budweiser. And I guess they only made so many because basically I guess it encouraged drinking or underage drinking. But it's kind of like a version. I don't know if you saw it. It was kind of it's moved around a couple times, but it basically is like kind of like a Donkey Kong. Like you're going back and forth between multiple bars, and you're trying to like serve beers and catch beers sliding down, and I don't know, but it was
And
yeah, I barely stepped out into the arcade, but that game is pretty awesome. When I was like, what is this game? The first time I went to Crabtown, and they're like, oh, there was only so many made because it was like pulled because it was like you're encouraging kids to drink beer, you know. So yeah. I forget yeah, right. I forget which one it was, but they got that. They also had like, remember the one and I remember they had that game in like the Pizza Hut in Reading when we used to go as kids, like when my parents took my sister and I as like kids. But it had like, it was Commando, where it had the Uzi, and you're like, you know what I'm talking about? That game where it's like literally a fixed Uzi and you go back and forth, and it has like the grenade launcher and like the I
This
think
is where we really should have had Matt coming, because Matt knows all about the classic video games.
Yeah.
What's this?
Is she speaking right now?
I don't
Or
know
is
if
this
this
just
is like a
highlights?
video from.
It's muted. We can't hear it.
Of freedom and liberty inspire billions, and our military is the strongest in the world.
see,
Our military is
Our
a
military
force
comrade.
I love Venn
that
diagrams.
underwrites global stability and our national security.
You
And
think you
especially
just
for
fell out of a
Israel.
coconut tree?
Yes.
Please welcome Arizona Senator Mark Kelly.
All right.
Oh, he went to space.
No.
Apparently.
Remember that time where the guy
We never went to the moon.
Hello,
We never went to the moon.
who's that guy?
Hello,
He looks like
Delta.
an alien they got
He's
from
a
outer
senator
space.
from Arizona, and his wife Gabby Gifford was shot, and the guy.
Oh, yeah,
who
you
saved her
guys
life
missed.
had a concealed carry.
The Congress.
You guys
critter.
missed Gabby. Gabby did like the beginning of all that anti-gun shit.
Oh,
So-
typical.
She came out. She came out. Then they had who they had before that? I don't know. I was kind of watching on the side as you guys were talking.
Whatever. Fuck
I
that
don't feel
guy
like
and
listening
fuck
to
his
this dude.
dumb wife. Yeah. well,
Yeah, the thing that they leave out is, you know, in that whole assassination attempt of his wife is the person that probably the individual that stopped many more people being murdered and killed was a concealed carry. Had a concealed carry, and he basically stopped the carnage. But that's always left out of that fucking story of at the time Congressman, or she was a congressman, Congressman Gabby Gifford. Forget what year that happened. But
and
the
then
guys,
they just nominate her husband just because she was a fucking.
yeah, because she was brain dead, and they're like, oh, he gets a sympathy vote. Now he's a senator, and he's an
oligarchy.
astronaut. Yeah,
Like,
and he,
what the fuck, dude?
astronaut.
This is
yeah,
why
this isn't
this is
fucking
why
real.
shooting them never really solves anything. They just
No, it doesn't.
they keep spawning more. You know, like it just doesn't
Oh,
help.
Jesus.
Right?
It's like the Terminator.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. What year was that? Because that's always conveniently left out of the story. That, you know.
Well, they'll just come back and be like, well, yeah, I mean, we'll just get rid of all the guns. And then there's, you know.
My favorite meme. Whenever this comes up on the internet, I just
2011
There's
Tucson.
one meme. There's one meme that I use. It's the one that says, Yeah, I saw a movie where only the government had guns. It was called Schindler's List. You know, like
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's not, all guns. It's your guns.
Right.
So that fake astronaut still speaking.
Yeah, he's
is that
still
what he
gone.
is? Oh, he was an astronaut.
I guess. Whatever. I don't fucking want to hear him talk. I don't hear any of
Yeah.
these fucking psychopaths.
You know who
fucking
should hear
Congress
talk?
critters.
It was the great Ron Paul's 89th birthday a couple days ago.
Yeah, and he's got his event in Northern Virginia. He holds every year. That's coming up next week. Unfortunately, I cannot make it. So hopefully, I'm
They
there for
brought
his
in-
90th when he turns.
They
90.
brought in 89 hookers from around the country.
Yeah.
Like
Facts.
he's earned it. You know, he's earned it. He's earned every one.
How about they got a little bit of attraction on the Twitter, but of course a certain libertarian candidate current who's going to get very, very sad individual wished him a happy birthday, and of course all of a sudden that
Maybe not.
surfaced. What's that?
Maybe
not.
not.
Oh,
Maybe
Otto,
not.
you got some docs? What's happening?
I'm just saying, it's looking like I don't know what RFK made his little speech today at 2:00, and it sounds like he might be dropping out and endorsing Trump. So
Oh,
if
I
he
hope
does,
that's true.
maybe if that happens, then you know what? Maybe Chase might get 1%. Help us out here in Maryland for
Ooh.
sure.
I think this could be fantastic. Now they're saying that maybe RFK Jr. is going to get a cabinet position, and they're like wondering what position could that be? Could he run the CIA?
Yeah.
Right. I think that's unlikely. How about what I'm just thinking is how about Mossad liaison?
No,
Isn't that the same
come
thing
on.
as CIA?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, this is like Mossad can when Mossad needs something done, they can contact RFK, and RFK can make sure that Trump does it. Right, like he can be that sort of that interface, the point person. He could manage that, that contract.
Did anybody hear RFK's speech? I didn't hear it.
No,
It happened
no.
at 2:00 today. I don't know. By the time this goes out, who knows might happen.
The thing that because I heard there was rumors all week about this.
Man, catch a grace.
There's been conversation where he's been in touch with the Trump campaign for a couple of weeks now, and then
30 magazine clip.
That's a good one. His vice presidential candidate was on a podcast saying, kind of like going back and forth. Do we stay in the race, try to get that 5%, try to get major party status, try to do all that, or is this whole Kamala and this regime continuing on this? Or do we just kind of like, hey, we'll endorse Trump and I don't know. I mean, I'll be honest. The lesser of two evils is clearly Trump. I mean, I think he'll keep us out of World War III. He might stave off communism for, I don't know, another couple years.
He'll be the ultimate gun control candidate. Right?
He'll free Ross.
Mm-hmm.
He could
hopefully
free
he'll
Ross.
get Ross out. But we can expect probably a lot of good gun control to come out of him, right? He's really
even
gonna.
If he does, who cares? We're not going to abide by it
first, right? Remember they pushed that stuff on Republicans, not during Democrats, because there's resistance when the Democrats do it, but when Republicans do it, it sails right through. So that'll be their opportunity to do a lot of that.
Ammo is cheaper under Republicans.
Very true.
Is that just because was that just because the federal government is always buying so much ammo that there's always a shortage, right? Between the school boards,
that's a constant rate. That's constant
between the school boards and the National Guard and the Raisin Reserve.
It's I don't know. It's interesting. I mean, I'd have to go back and watch the speech and see what it was all about, but yeah, if he drops out, I mean, that opens up the floodgates. It definitely offers an opportunity for, again, I don't know. I mean, gosh, I'm not voting for Chase. I'm not going to vote. I don't care anymore. But yeah, it's definitely going to make it interesting. Now, but will they allow it? RFK, the fact that they've been censoring the whole time, and then they've been totally censoring Trump and the fact that like memory hold the whole assassination attempt, are they even going to allow? Do you honestly think the deep state's going to allow this to happen? You know, like
I'm betting on Queen Kamala at this point. I don't really see how. I feel like there's such
Really?
momentum. There's such control of all the
That's what-
apparatus from just the voting apparatus itself.
what are the odds up to right now,
media,
Jared?
the
Dang,
tech,
yes, right on cue.
polling.
Right on cue.
They're about dead even here.
Wow.
Oh, okay. So this is improved for Trump. Then this is an improvement because
Yeah, I mean, since she announced.
Check. Can you check Polymarket?
Well, this actually consolidates Polymarket, Predictit, Smarkets, and Betfair. So like all these ones up here. So it actually, because the thing with Polymarket is that's going to be probably biased to the right, just because it's all crypto, and typically that's the right.
Okay.
And libertarians.
But
I mean, I'll check it out.
I guess as soon as people start figuring out that you can predict elections with something, then it'll be manipulated, right?
See, yeah,
So,
Polymarket has Trump up 3%, but if you go to like I think Predictit is based out of like the UK or something. Not a great website. Here we go.
But the point is, it's close enough to be within easy cheating range.
Oh yeah, it's not. Yeah,
it was when it was 71%
like if it was
Trump to 18 or 15% Biden, like that. I felt like they can't even cheat their way out of that. Right?
Yeah, that's just it's going to be too obvious, right?
They tried to shoot their way out of it. That didn't work, so they brought in the Queen Kamala strategy.
Wait, what shooting?
When did that happen?
What? Huh?
Wait, what?
Remember when they tried to
never heard of that.
Didn't happen.
Somebody tried to do that? Whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah, that never happened.
No way.
I heard Trump did that himself.
I heard he just like clipped his ear on a door panel or something.
So, I mean, why would they now? What would bringing in RFK like bump the needle 1% maybe?
What, for Trump?
No,
Yeah.
I don't. So,
What if he said RFK's? What if he said RFK's the new VP candidate? Can they change up VP candidates this late in the game?
I mean,
Probably
I guess
not.
I think Vance is. Nah, I don't think they want to do that because you don't want RFK is a guy in the background. He's your policy wonk. He's your guy. Vance is good at like debating the shit libs. Like he's a good
he's also
debater.
he's also
a
good
master
at representing.
debater.
He's also really good at representing Palantir's interests in this.
Yeah, I think
He's the Palantir candidate. So, you know,
PayPal mafia.
How do you say no? How do you say no to Palantir? Right? They have an entire database of you and your entire life.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Mitch is watching.
Yeah, because I told him how you missed out on my nipple.
I'm
experience.
watching. We're watching.
Man. He's watching.
I know, just like what's his face from Trump,
Roger
What was
Stone.
that? Yeah, Roger Stone. Good Lord.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude,
I don't.
I totally missed the perfect opportunity for this one.
You know,
earlier.
like some Canadian NASCAR driver.
in the water that turned the friggin' frogs gay.
Do you know some NASCAR
Yeah.
driver from Canada is a fan of ours? Just liked our page and likes our shit regularly.
Who's that?
a NASCAR driver from Canada.
Yeah, I don't know. He's on
They
like
make
the,
those.
Yeah, he's like he apparently competes on. He's done a few of the major NASCAR races, and then he's also, but he mostly does like a lot of like the minor races they do. So it's kind of like he's, I don't know.
Let's go to a race. Let's go to a race.
Who's this fucking guy?
I don't know.
Who's this to?
Could we sponsor the race car and get like our logo or like punk rock libertarians on a NASCAR? That'd be so badass.
Be awesome.
I
talked over some guy. Who was that?
Oh, it's nobody. I don't think it was anybody. I think
He looks like
So,
he
yeah.
looks like a cis white male though. I'm not sure what he's doing there.
yeah, what is going on?
Probably
Is that
from
really a
APAC.
chick? That's actually a chick. I see. Yeah.
Yeah, we should look into fundraising opportunities. Be like, hey,
Embezzling.
yeah, throw our name on the punk rock libertarians. Throw us on there. That'd be awesome. But yeah, do you guys want to watch this Ron Paul video? This is Spike Cohen posted this.
I love Spike. I'm gonna have Spike on the podcast.
All right, reach out to him.
I'm gonna text him right now.
Shoot, yeah.
Yeah, I got. Yeah, of course I got his number. Yeah.
But I was like, I always been trying to find this video, but it's still out there, I guess. YouTube may or may not have censored it. I don't know, but I remember this video, and Babs, you'll remember this video. But this was him on the Congress. This is on the floor of Congress, and this was in 2002 of him giving this speech on the floor of Congress. And this is just mind blowing, like how accurate he gets things.
In the economy, the private affairs of citizens, and the internal affairs of foreign countries leads to uncertainty and many unintended consequences. Here are some of the consequences about which we should be concerned. I predict
2002
U.S. taxpayers will pay to rebuild Palestine, both the West Bank and the Gaza,
Palestine,
as well as Afghanistan. U.S. taxpayers paid to bomb these areas, so we will be expected to rebuild them. Peace of sorts will come to the Middle East, but will be short-lived. There will be big promises of more U.S. money and weapons flowing to Israel and to Arab countries allied with the United States. U.S. troops and others will be used to monitor the peace. In time, an oil boycott will be imposed, with oil prices soaring to historic highs. Current Israeli-United States policies will solidify Arab Muslim nations in their effort to avenge the humiliation of the Palestinians. This will include those Muslim nations that in the past have fought against each other. Some of our moderate Arab allies will be overthrown by Islamic fundamentalists.
ISIS.
The UN will continue to condemn through resolutions Israeli policies in the Middle East, and they will be ignored. Some European countries will clandestinely support the Muslim countries and their anti-Israel pursuits. China, ironically assisted by American aid, much more openly will sell the militant Muslims the weapons they want and will align herself with the Arab nations. The United States, with Tony Blair as head cheerleader, will attack Iraq without proper authority, and a major war, the largest since World War II, will result. Major moves will be made by China, India, Russia, and Pakistan in Central Asia to take advantage of the chaos for the purpose of grabbing land, resources, and strategic advantages sought after for years. The Karzai government will fail, and U.S. military presence will end in Afghanistan. An international dollar crisis will dramatically boost interest rates in the United States. Price inflation with a major economic downturn will decimate U.S. federal government finances and exploding deficits and uncontrolled spending.
What a fucking legend.
Federal Reserve policy will continue at an expanding rate with massive credit expansion, which will make the dollar crisis worse. Gold will be seen as an alternative to paper money as it returns to its historic role as money. Erosion of civil liberties here at home will continue as our government responds to political
TSA
fear
body
in
scanner,
dealing with the
whole
terrorist threats by
security
making
theater.
generous use of the powers obtained with the
Obama
Patriot
signing
Act.
the NDAA.
Many American military personnel and civilians will be killed in the coming conflict.
Coffins coming back.
The leaders of whichever side loses the war will be hauled into and tried before the International Criminal Court for war crimes. The United States will lose the war, but neither will we win. Our military and political leaders will not be tried by the International Criminal Court. The Congress and the President will shift radically toward expanding the size and scope of the federal government. This will satisfy both the liberals and the conservatives. Military and police powers will grow, satisfying the conservatives. The welfare state, both domestic and international, will expand, satisfying the liberals. Both sides will endorse military adventurism overseas. This is the most important of my predictions. Policy changes could prevent all of the previous predictions from occurring. Unfortunately, that will not occur. In due course, the Constitution will continue to be steadily undermined and the American Republic further weakened. During the next decade, the American people will become poorer and less
Middle
free,
class shrinking,
while they
economic
become
drought,
more dependent on the
growth,
government for economic security.
emergency bailouts.
The war will prove to be divisive, with emotions and hatred growing between the various factions and special interests that drive our policies in the Middle East. Agitation from more class warfare will succeed in dividing us domestically. And believe it or not, I expect lobbyists will thrive more than ever during the dangerous period of chaos. I have no timetable for these predictions, but just in case, keep them around and look at them in 5 to 10 years. Let's hope and pray that I'm wrong on all accounts. If so, I will be very
You're not.
pleased.
Oh,
Gentleman has expired.
Let it not be said that no one cared, that no one objected, once it's realized that our liberties and wealth are in jeopardy. Ron Paul.
speaking of in jeopardy,
Oh, what do you got? Oh, no.
That was a great Ron
it's
Paul
a parade of
speech.
fools.
Look
No,
at these
let's mute it.
goofies.
Yeah, keep it
How do we
muted.
go from...
That was a great Ron Paul speech. You know, let it not be said that we did not launch a blimp. You know what I mean? It's like we tried. You know, we did.
Yeah. I mean, we had End the Fed rallies. You helped out with those End the Fed rallies in Philly. And, you know, like I knocked on every door in Eastern Baltimore County like an idiot, you know, talking to as many people as possible. And, you know, it's...
you know, let it not be said that we didn't, you know, make snarky remarks and memes. You know, like
Right.
this is.
I know.
There's the big winner. There's Blasternaut. There's
Yeah.
the big winner. The big winner. Yeah. But what a boss. I mean, that was 2002. And he
Wait, isn't this the lady that almost got kidnapped?
Yeah, this was the one that had the whole
FBI?
fake FBI
False
plot.
flag.
The whole she basically false flag. It's all bullshit. The individuals were found not guilty, and here she is speaking like, God, this shit. This is a total coup. This whole DNC is far worse than January 6th. Far worse.
I just
What
love
did
how
she say?
blatant everything is.
Sandwiched between working and raising my newborn and caring for my mom.
You actually have a
who was dying
newborn?
from brain cancer. It was hard, but not extraordinary. It's life. Those nights reminded me who I was fighting for.
Oh.
People just trying to make it.
Uh-huh.
Goldman
Kamala
Sachs.
Harris knows who she's fighting for
AIPAC.
too.
Yes. Yeah.
She took care of her
Look at
mom,
these faggots.
who also battled cancer. As president, she'll fight to lower the cost of health care and elder care for every family. She's lived a life like ours. She knows
Sucking
us.
dick. Lots of
Donald
dick.
Trump doesn't know you.
We don't kink shame,
all.
okay? Sex work
You
is
think
real
he
work.
understands that when your car breaks down, you can't get to work? No. His first word was probably chauffeur.
Oh.
Who?
What about the
Think he's
billionaires in your
ever
box
had
seats?
to take items out of
Right.
the cart before checking out?
The hypocrisy
Hell, you
about
think
like
he's ever
hating
been
rich
to a
people and
grocery
stuff.
store?
It's just more than I can stomach.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's just so. I just feel bad for the people that fall for it. I feel just
Right.
it's just a shame to share common DNA with these people
They're
that
very sad.
well or just don't immediately see through this, and it's humiliating.
Ooh, it's my girl, Gretchen. Look at those eyebrows. You're telling me those eyebrows don't do it for you guys? It's like an evil Cruella de Vil way.
Oh, gosh.
Ooh.
What about that Michigan accent?
Oh, can't do it.
So terrible.
Don't you know?
But
I
what
don't know,
we
man.
do know is this. Through it all, your life won't stop. You're going to have to get to work.
You're gonna have to get
kids
out.
You're gonna have
and pay
to.
your bills.
You got taxes to
And then
pay.
one day, when you're just
gonna have to
trying
pay my
get
salary.
everyone out the door, a news alert goes off.
And now you have to wear a
Something
mask.
happened.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Oh,
and now we're taking your guns.
Family gonna be okay? And then
You'll know
ask,
to immediately obey.
who the hell is in charge?
I said I'll only give my guns up if she shows up
What
personally.
if it's him?
Hello, Gretchen.
What if
See, the funny thing about my guns is it's on my dick.
Daryl Arnold?
Dude. Oh man, Otto, I'm sorry, man. You and Klobuchar and all these.
Ooh, Clovey. Where's Clovey?
Where's she?
To tell the truth.
Clovey
to
and
bring people
Gretchen.
together.
Mm.
Right now.
I mean,
before
Gretchen's
the
not bad.
crisis,
How about
is when
Lauren
we
Beaupert?
get to
Or
choose.
is that her name?
Oh,
Why
yeah,
wouldn't we
she's
choose
got
a leader
specs
who's
appeal.
tough, tested,
Specs appeal?
and
Yeah.
a total badass.
Bands. Oh, she said the ass word.
Oh, she said the ass.
That lady approves.
I know who I want as our
The blacks
commander-in-chief.
approve.
America,
blacks approve.
let's
The blacks.
choose
Blacks, real
Kamala
quick.
Harris.
So, guys, I might have already confirmed Spike Cohen and Angela in the next 2 weeks.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
Is Spike going to be at the rally?
Yeah.
I will talk about it with him.
We'll see. See, this is why you got to become a Patreon
Please
supporter,
welcome
plebe.
Actress, director, and philanthropist Eva Longoria.
Oh no.
What is this? Oh,
Oh, Ava.
who is this?
Yeah, it's getting hot in
Ava
here,
Longoria.
guys. I don't know. Is it you guys? Is it just you? Is it just me, or is it really hot? in here?
Oh, and then she opens her mouth. Yeah.
Oh, she is.
I
should just go to bed.
Excited to be here tonight. What an
Who is that?
honor to be part of this
Eva
historic
Longoria.
moment, and y'all are part of it.
Y'all.
You
got a y'all in
Botox
there.
has done her
I have
well.
known Kamala Harris for more than a decade.
Really?
No, you
And
haven't.
She comes from
Shut
a
up.
family
We
a
used to
lot
go to
like
the
mine,
clubs
and
and
I'm
do
sure a
blow in
lot
the
like
ladies' room
yours.
together.
Yeah.
We were both
was
raised
good
knowing
times.
that
She was
no
harassing
one
my
was
kids for
gonna
truancy.
hand us
Rule over
anything,
you little people.
especially as women. That we were going to have to touch every rung of the
Every
ladder
single
to get
one.
ahead. We were going to
We
have
were
to
gonna have
work
to touch
really
all
hard.
the
Every-
rungs, so to
Now,
speak.
she worked at McDonald's, but I worked at Wendy's.
We grabbed those rungs and
And
we
look at us now.
climbed that ladder.
All the rungs.
I thought rich people were bad.
Kamala and I were able to see beyond the horizon because our families supported our big dreams.
No, you can't because they're at this
But
flat.
guess what? As Americans, we're all part of one big family. Somos
No, we're not.
familia.
No, we're not.
Ooh, can it be part of your familia?
And as familia, we have to have each other's back.
Sorry, I need to go
We
to
have
bed.
to
Get the
support
fuck
each
out of
other's
here, dude.
dreams because
Right?
She's
our
such an act. Like,
success
can you guys
is
honestly? But
our
like, whenever I
success.
hear actors talking about anything, I'm just like, I don't believe you
And
because
she
you get
supports
paid
us to
to
dream
lie.
big
Right.
too.
That's your
So
profession.
let me
getting
tell
paid
you,
right
in our
now.
community- In our community, we have a saying.
Wrong.
"Si se puede," which means
You say puede.
yes. It means yes, we can. But tonight, I'm here to tell
Oh, wait,
you,
wait.
yes,
Here we go.
she can. So we're gonna say she se puede.
Wait, wasn't that
She say
So
puede.
when someone asks you, is she ready to lead this country forward?
Oh,
we're
God,
gonna
here
say
we go.
she se puede. When somebody
She
says
se puede.
she's qualified for the job,
All right.
we're gonna say she se puede.
She
When
se
somebody asks,
puede.
is she gonna be the first female president of the United States? We're gonna say she se puede. Our voices,
That girl just
our
yelled.
vote,
She didn't say
we're gonna
anything. She was
decide
just like,
this election.
"Yay."
And let me tell you, the energy tonight isn't just here in Chicago, it's all across the country.
I'm so
People
sure.
are gathered at watch parties everywhere.
It's in every
to
Watch
newsroom.
celebrate.
Oh
Even
my God,
punk rock
could you
libertarians
imagine?
are
Every-
here online joining us.
Could you
in
imagine
every
being at a watch party? What
fabricated
would you say to
Facebook group.
someone? What would you say to someone who's like, dude, come over our house. We're watching the DNC, man. What would you
Right,
do?
we're getting lit?
Dude, we're actually
We
doing
know
that.
how to work.
Yeah, we are.
Let's get to work. Let's
I'd be like,
turn
I'm
all
coming.
of this
I'm gonna come.
enthusiasm and joy into
I'm gonna come.
action between now and November 5th. Let's go. She se puede.
She say puede. That's the name of the
I love
podcast
Venn
right
diagrams.
there. I should look that up in Spanish.
Oh.
Yo soy
Please welcome
Hi,
former
yeah.
Illinois
Venn
Republican
diagrams.
Representative Adam Kinzinger.
Oh, this faggot.
Do they get to pick
Thanks
their
for
own
clearing
theme
that up for me,
songs,
Alex.
or is that like does the staff decide like which stupid like rock intro bit?
I was a Republican, but now I have TDS.
Proud to be in the trenches with you.
Oh, the trenches. Yes, the trenches. Yep, yep.
Part of this sometimes awkward alliance that we have.
White dudes.
To defend truth, defend
Truth, yes.
democracy.
And democracy.
decency.
Oh,
yes.
I was just a kid when I
You were just
responded
tell me
to
more.
the
like keeping
party
people in
of Ronald
prison
Reagan.
beyond their sentence for your
vision of
slave
a
labor.
former-
So wait, he was
America,
a
the shining
former
city on the
Republican
hill. I was a
representative.
Republican
Yeah, he was a
for
Republican
12 years in
congressman, but he's a
Congress, and I still
total.
hold on
He
to
was
the
on the
dream.
J6 committee.
I never
And he's
thought
a
I'd be here, but listen,
fighter
you
pilot,
never thought you'd
Same thing
see me
with
here.
retired Air Force, or
Same thing with our
But-
governor.
and he's big
Michael
Ukraine
Moore.
faggot. Like he's all for like we need more money for
And I want
Ukraine,
to
and
let
he's like
my
a
fellow Republicans
what's
in
that
on
like
this
group?
The Lincoln Project.
Democrats are as
Lincoln
patriotic
Project, but
as
that
us.
other like that whole troll group, that they're all like out of Langley.
Does
You
the
gotta
Green
narrow that
Tide
down, man.
They
signify something?
love this country just as much as we do.
Hold on, I need a pee.
FAFO, like the whole FAFO shit.
Fuck around and find out.
No, not fuck around, find out. Like the whole like anybody supporting Ukraine against Russia, like he's just a total stooge. NAFO, yeah, total
They
NAFO.
are
Like
as
he's
eager to defend American values at home and abroad as
In
we
Ukraine.
conservatives have
Yes.
ever been.
we need to. Yeah, because Ronald Reagan wanted the Orthodox Church to be banned in Ukraine because of democracy.
Party too. Something I couldn't ignore. The Republican Party is no longer conservative. It has switched its allegiance
Really?
from the principles that gave it purpose to a man whose only purpose is himself.
Oh, okay.
Unlike Kamala, whose purpose
Donald
is
Trump
Sucking
is
dick.
a weak man pretending to be strong.
Uh-huh.
He is a small man pretending to be big.
He's not part of La Familia.
Faithless man pretending to be righteous. He's a
Oh
perpetrator.
geez,
who
Pelosi!
can't
Quick,
stop
get some
playing
stock
the
tips.
victim.
Stock tips, go.
Hurry up.
He puts on. Listen,
Zoom in on her phone.
He puts on
What's she
quite a
trading?
show, but there is no real strength there. As a conservative and a veteran, I believe true strength lies in defending the vulnerable. It's in protecting your family.
I'm just pissed all over the place when he
Like,
says
wait,
she's not a part
defending
of
the
our La
vulnerable,
Familia.
like the
and our
unborn.
democracy. That is the soul of being a conservative. It used to be the soul of being a Republican, but Donald Trump has suffocated the soul of the Republican Party.
Oh.
This
'Cause it always
weasel
had a
is
soul.
getting so much APAC money. Oh, look at that old
Oh
hat.
my God. Look at that lizard person.
Dinosaur.
Sapping our strength, softening our spine,
Softening.
whipping us into a fever that has untethered us from our values.
Unerecting our
Our
penises.
democracy was frayed by the events of January.
My penis
6th.
is erect right now.
Donald Trump's
I heard-
What?
deceit and dishonor led to a siege
Well, you
on the
guys
United
talked
States
about
Capitol.
what
Hold
Nancy
on.
Pelosi-
J6
That
talk.
day, I stood witness to a profound sorrow.
Oh,
The
profound sorrow.
desecration of our sacred
So
tradition
emo.
of peaceful transition of power,
Oh.
tarnished by a man
Oh, the peaceful
too fragile,
transition, our
Oh.
too
sacred,
vain,
oh,
and too weak
our
to
sacred
accept
transition
defeat.
of power
Oh.
from one pedo to the next.
Passing the pedo
How
torch.
Look at
can
this.
a party claim to be
There
he is.
patriotic
Look at
and
this.
idolize
What the hell
the
is
man
that?
who tried to
God, the
overthrow
levels
a
of
free and
soy
fair
in this
election?
crowd.
How can a party claim to stand for liberty if it sees a fight for freedom in Ukraine,
Oh,
an
there
attack
we go.
against tyranny against democracy,
Uh-huh.
a challenge
My
to
democracy.
everything our
My
nation
democracy.
claims
They
to
haven't
be?
had elections in like
It
4
retreats.
fucking years.
It
They banned the
equivocates.
press. They banned
It
religions.
nominates
They
a
They
man
just
banned
who
banned the
opposition
Orthodox,
parties.
the Ukrainian Orthodox Church.
And his
They're
running
arresting
mate-
priests. They're
his
burning
running
down
mate who said,
churches.
quote,
You
"I don't
know,
care what
they're-
happens
yeah,
in
they're-
Ukraine."
they're run by
enslaving children.
Yeah, and he wants to be vice president. Yeah. How can a party claim to be
yeah,
conservative when it tarnishes
2014,
the
there was a
gifts
whole coup
that our
that overthrew
forebears
their
fought for?
democratically elected
Men like my grandfather, who
parliament.
served in
but,
World War II.
hey,
who
Oh, his
believed
grandfather
in a
served in
cause
World War
Oh,
II.
here we go with
He risked
the
his
here we
life
go with the nostalgia
for
revisionist.
He was raping
bullshit.
women in
to
France
preserve
back when
American
I was.
democracy. His generation found the
Holy
courage
shit.
to face down armies. Listen,
He was one of
all
the
we're
first
asked
people
to
that
do
they
is
tried
to
to kick
summon
out
the
of
courage to
Okinawa.
stand up to one weak man.
All right, here we go. We're gonna compare Trump to Hitler. Here we go. Let's
some
go.
have
Make the leap,
questioned-
you faggot.
Some
Let's
have
go,
questioned why I've
Kinzinger.
taken the stand
This
I
guy's
have.
the worst.
The answer is really simple, ladies and
APAC.
gentlemen. We
Sponsored by
must
APAC.
put country first.
All right,
Country
enough of that.
first by
Enough of
supporting
the-
Ukraine.
Enough of the F
I
word
mean,
there, dude. Enough of the F word.
And Ukraine.
tonight-
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to
Tonight,
country
as a
first in
Republican
Ukraine.
Speaking before you, I'm putting our country first.
And that's why I'm sending our money to Ukraine.
Yep.
Because the fact is, I do belong here. I know Kamala Harris shares my allegiance to the rule of law, the Constitution, and democracy.
Yes.
And she is
Rule of
dedicated.
law.
That's why we're
to
here to vote. I mean
upholding
to
all
pick.
three
I
in
mean
service to our
to
country.
applaud.
Whatever policies
nominee.
we disagree on pale in comparison with those fundamental matters of principle, of decency, and of fidelity to this nation.
Fidelity to nation. Like,
Fidelity.
what are you talking about? Who are these
Listen.
people? Look at these goofies.
To my
All of
fellow
them.
Republicans, if you still pledge allegiance to those principles,
We don't. I don't pledge
suspect you
allegiance to
belong here
anything.
too. Because democracy knows no party. It's a
It certainly doesn't know the Democratic
it's a
Party.
living, breathing ideal
Yeah.
that defines us as a nation. It's the bedrock that separates us from tyranny. And when
Well,
that
what does he mean by
foundation is
democracy?
fractured,
Like voting for
we
candidates?
must all stand together,
Voting.
united.
We
to
don't
strengthen
vote.
it.
We just install candidates.
No. When was the last time that the DNC nominated a candidate at one of these things?
If you think those principles are worth defending, then I urge you, make the right choice. Vote for our bedrock values and vote for Kamala Harris. God bless you.
Ah, yes. Salute. Yeah. All right.
Semper Fi or something.
What a loser.
Right. Pathetic.
Please welcome lawyer, policy advocate,
Uh-oh.
and sister
Oh,
of the
he's a
vice
lawyer
president,
and a policy
Maya
advocate.
Harris.
Oh, wait a minute. Who's this?
Oh,
Maya Harris.
Hello.
She's a non-cis male. Give
Stop
her a
it.
chance.
Stop it, Otto.
Chicago.
Stop and listen.
In 1958, a 19-year-old from India left the only country she'd ever known
Oh, we're
to chart
Maya.
her own
the
path
India
to
points
America.
now.
Oh, here
She
we go.
came here to pursue an education, but she stayed here to build a
Should
life.
lock up black people.
Her name was Dr. Shamala Gopalan Harris. But we called her Mommy.
Wow.
Mommy
Did we
was
do?
so many things to so many people. A
I'm
civil
sure.
rights activist, a scientist, a devoted
Science.
mother to our two little
Fuck.
girls. But
This
most
Slave
of
master.
all, Mommy
This
was
is
a
her old
trailblazer
dude.
who
She is
defied
fucking
the odds
57
and
years
defined
old.
herself.
Does she look 57 to you?
And when it came to Kamala and me,
No.
Right,
Mommy
this
had
one,
great
Yes!
expectations
black don't crack,
for
man.
us,
Lotion. We never got the
but she had
lotion
even
seminar.
greater expectations of us.
We never got the lotions.
We never
She
got the
raised us
like.
to believe
You could
Yeah,
put
the
it more.
that
You
we
could.
could
You could.
be
You could put the
and
lotion
do
another place
You know what's
besides your
hilarious,
dick,
though?
Otto.
and we
There's a
believed
picture
her.
on Wikipedia from 2017.
You
She
see,
looks total Indian
Mommy
in that picture,
understood
and in this she
the
looks
power
like she is
and the
not.
possibility
I'm like, this
that come with knowing
a little bit of
and
hair.
showing
You know
who
what?
you truly
Who
are.
cares?
All it-
You know, melanin's melanin.
She
okay?
knew
She's
we
a
could be
person
the
of
authors
color.
of our
Just
own
accept it and
stories,
move on. That means you have to
just
shut
Dude,
up
she's
and listen.
fucking
been the author of
57
her
years
own.
old. This is insane.
Mommy's
Lotion,
journey
man. Lotion.
and the opportunity that
You
she
could apply it
wanted
Go
for
buy
to other
Kamala
parts of your
and me,
body besides your dick, Otto.
That's a distinctly
I don't
American
use
story.
lotion. I don't do that anymore, man.
I know. I'm fucking with you.
We may all have
When is she
different
coming on here? They said 10 o'clock. They seem a little
different
behind
struggles.
schedule.
or
Think she's
different
gonna come?
perspectives.
I'm gonna
But
come.
what binds us together is the fervent
What if
desire
Trump just
to
crashed
be
the
free,
stage?
to
Wouldn't it be hilarious
fulfill
if
our
Trump just got
God-given
his way
potential.
into the back? When it
What
was
if
like,
Alex Jones crashed the
Kamala's
stage?
entire
I'm a
life
pioneer.
has been
I'm an
about fighting
explorer.
for each of us.
I'm
to
a
have
human,
that
and
freedom.
I'm coming.
And like
I'd be
so
satisfied
many
with-
Americans,
Everybody's coming, dude.
Kamala knows what
I'd be
it's like to
satisfied
be
with like a code
underestimated
pink
and be
disruption. Just
counted
something,
out.
you know?
She knows what it's
liberal,
like to be the
Yeah.
underdog and yet still beat the odds. And now
Have they even like beat
she
up any
has
protesters
created
inside the hall yet?
so much
the
electricity,
founder of Code Pink got
so
removed.
much
I know that.
optimism, so
Oh,
much
what's
joy.
So Matt
throughout
Walsh
the
went in.
nation,
Matt
and it is
Walsh
why
and
we need her leadership in this
what's the dude who
historic
goes
moment.
undercover all the time? What's his name? Fuck.
Undercover brother.
We are living
No.
in a time.
No.
Project
Um,
Veritas.
are
Yes,
trying to
Project
divide
Veritas. We're at the
to
DNC.
separate us
And Matt
in
Walsh.
ways
They got
that
kicked
make
out?
it difficult for us to come
No,
together.
they just went undercover.
Well, look,
Oh,
my sister rejects that.
do you even have to go undercover?
Where others
Can
push
anybody get in there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Kamala
No,
sees
they'll
If you're,
kick
if
that
you're not a
immediately.
if you're not a TikTok
Where others feel
influencer, you need to sneak in.
detachment, Kamala
So how do they get in?
connection.
They just went under a
Where
fake
others
name and
Yeah.
want to
Yeah.
drag us
Wore a
back
mask.
to the past.
VoteKamala.com.
Had a
My
white dude for
sister
Kamala
says,
t-shirt
"Hold
on. They
up
let
now.
him
Wait,
We
dude.
are not going back."
in. Right this way. Come on in.
I'm not going back where?
Because
They
Kamala
ain't going back to jail.
understands we have so much more in common than what separates us. She knows the measure of our success isn't just
Can't trust a
winning
family
an
of lawyers.
election. It's
Not
about
right.
who we bring along
Nope.
and lift up in the process.
Lift up.
And so as I look out at all of you today and take in this incredible moment, I so wish that mommy could be here tonight. I can just see her smiling, saying how proud she is of Kamala.
I
And
love
then-
Venn diagrams.
Without missing a beat, she say that's enough. You
So
got work to
proud.
do.
who's proud of Kamala? Come on, Kayla.
She would tell all of us to roll up our sleeves and get to work. To elect
Tie back your
a
hair and
leader
get to work.
who sees the potential in each of us. A leader
Hey, I thought
Gotta
you
hot
don't
Chewy
slut,
that
I thought you
thing.
don't
all
slut
of
shame,
us.
James.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A
Get
leader
on that thing.
who fights for every one of us.
Gotta
Our Democratic nominee, my big sister, the next president of the United States, Kamala Harris.
Oh gosh. Did you hear the code
Oh,
switch?
you go, girl.
The code switch.
The dialect change.
Yup.
Yes.
The dialect
So
change.
fucking fake.
That's her on the black.
That's why I said she went from Patel to Shaniqua.
Please
Come on,
welcome
does she have hot
North
sauce in her
Carolina
purse? That's
Governor
She went from-
Roy
voters
She went
Cooper.
from come again to fried chicken.
Who the fuck is
Like
this?
guys point at people. Shocking.
Oh,
He's walking like he's got a thing of shit in his pants.
He just
Like,
got
he's doing
pegged
the
by
Biden
Kamala.
walk.
doing the
Yeah,
Biden
pegged by
walk.
Kamala.
Look at that grin.
Hello, America.
Who is this
Roy
guy?
Cooper.
I'm Roy Cooper.
North
the
Carolina
last
has
guy
a Democrat
standing between
governor.
you and the moment
Apparently.
we're all waiting for.
Wait, so he's introducing her?
So I'm going to get right to it.
Why?
All week.
Because
you've
Roy
heard
Cooper,
stories
bro.
About my friend
Who the
Kamala.
fuck is Roy Cooper?
I want to take
He's
you
the governor of
behind the
North
scenes
Carolina,
of
Roy
one of-
Cooper. Everybody knows that,
Roll
right?
Roll and raise
was a
up, all
rough
right?
time
Take your
for
shirt off.
American
Spin around your head
homeowners.
like a helicopter.
North
Hundreds of
Carolina.
thousands of losing their homes to illegal foreclosure. I was Attorney General in North Carolina, while Kamala had
Take your
just
shirt
become
off.
California's. All the AGs were close to a settlement with the big banks, and it was a pretty good deal. Would have
It was
meant
a great
$4
deal.
billion for California families who'd been ripped off. I know that sounds like a lot, but Kamala said, hang on a
Those
minute.
are rookie numbers.
I've
Yeah.
met these families. I know what they've been through, and they
Let's put
deserve
them in jail
more.
now.
She went toe to toe with some of the world's most powerful executives, and she refused to give in.
And then took their money.
Let me tell you,
Toe to toe.
this was a huge risk.
Toes weren't the only thing that
She
made
knew
contact.
it was a
Toe to
risk
toe.
worth taking.
Mouth to groin.
That's
Tip
Kamala.
to tip.
And we all know what happened.
The banks caved.
Tit for tat. What?
That $4 billion for California families became $20 billion.
Wow.
And like you got to
That
wonder,
was
like,
the
what is this
first
really for
time I
families? That's
witnessed
got to be for
Kamala
some
in
code word for some horrible
what I
horrible
saw
program,
was
like
a leader
prisons
who
or
does
cops.
exactly what she
right?
says she's going to do, who never will settle for less.
Uh-huh.
America, we got a lot of big fights ahead of us.
Oh,
And we've
do
got
we?
one hell of a fighter ready to take them on.
Uh-huh.
I know that. I know that because I know her.
Oh.
And tonight,
How'd you
I
get
want
to know
the
each other?
American people to know. Even if you don't agree with her on everything,
I don't agree with her.
Kamala
Oh.
Harris
Like
will
her
fight
policies.
for
What are they?
you
I don't know.
to the
We don't
very
know.
end.
She's a woman. Doesn't
We'll
matter.
talk about that.
Families
We're
who need better
unburdened by
health care
policies
or a
that have
safer
been.
place to
By
live.
what has been and
Kamala
what
will
could be.
fight
What
for
will be.
you. For parents who want better schools for their kids.
Yes.
For
Better
workers
Better
worried
indoctrination
about a
camp.
secure retirement for
go.
themselves.
Better truancy enforcement.
Kamala will fight for you.
She will arrest
For
those
any
parents.
one
She
of
will
our
arrest your
allies
kids not going to the
anywhere
indoctrination
in the
camp.
world, wondering if America still has your back. Remember this: Kamala will fight for you,
Oh.
and when she fights, we win.
Ah.
You knew
Kamala's
your
ready.
programming was
Kamala's ready.
received.
The question is,
Fighting.
are we?
Fight.
Are we going to stand up and fight for Kamala like she'll stand up and fight for us?
Uh-huh.
All right. If you're ready, my home state of North Carolina, stand up. Stand up, Pennsylvania. Stand up, Michigan.
Swing states.
Stand up, Wisconsin.
Are we going to go through all
Oh.
50
Stand
states?
Stand up.
Georgia.
Stand up.
No,
Stand
swing
up,
states.
Nevada.
Swing states.
Stand
That's all they care
up,
about.
Arizona.
Yep.
Stand up,
Yeah.
America.
We're gonna rig the shit out of your elections.
Are we going to stand up?
No, so
Are
that's why
we
we're gonna
gonna
rig the
fight?
fuck out of your elections.
Are we going to vote?
No.
Yeah, by mail.
Are we
Not
gonna
at this
win?
meeting, you're not.
Dead people
Yeah,
are gonna
yeah.
vote.
You bet we are. Let's go get them.
Yay! I am fired up, guys. I don't know about you.
Oh God.
Who the fuck, Victoria? We're not going back. Back to what? Who the fuck? What are you talking about?
She grew up in a
That
tight
dude reminds
what?
me of the Simpson.
Oh,
Remember
here
the
we go.
Simpson
Kind of
politician
place
character?
Oh, here we
Mayor
go.
Quimby?
There she is.
That dude's a total Mayor Quimby.
Where your first grade teacher would show up at your law school graduation.
Oh.
It's where Kamala Harris learned what it means to be in the middle class,
Oh.
making every paycheck count. She was raised by a working mom who taught her about standing up for what's right and protecting the people you
All right,
love.
well, I need another drink for
Kamala
this. So I'll be right back.
carries the lessons of our
Look how
mother.
Indian she
the
looks there, and all of a
fighting
sudden-
spirit of our mother,
Look at-
the
look at this.
compassion.
She was all of 5 feet tall. If you met her, you would have thought she was 7 feet tall. And our mother, if I'd ever come home complaining about anything, she wouldn't have it. The first thing she'd say is, well, just stop the complaining. Just tell me what you're going to do about it.
And since she was a young girl, Kamala Harris has been fighting for families like the ones she grew up with.
That is Kamala. She can't help herself from standing
she definitely
up
can't
for
help herself.
people
Well, she
and
can't
standing
stand up. She's
for
always
what
on her
she thinks
knees.
is right. She has been that way
Wait, what?
our whole lives. Being a
Huh?
protector is what led her to become a prosecutor.
Protector of
Oh.
Looking
prisons.
back now, I could say it was her calling.
As a courtroom prosecutor, she went after predators who targeted women and children.
Oh.
And
What about her-
fraudsters who ripped
what about her
off
running
working
mate?
families. And she put dangerous gang members and human traffickers behind bars.
Oh.
We didn't have partnerships with DOJ or FBI or DEA or any of those law enforcement agencies. Now we all work collaboratively. She was the person
And
who
we know how
built
much
the
the
foundation
centralized
in how
power
we
makes
do
everything better.
criminal justice in America.
Now we all working together to entrap
As
and
Attorney General of California,
set up
she held the
assassinations.
big Wall Street banks accountable for
Falsify
fraud.
evidence.
The old
and
FBI
bring-
6-week cycle. We've really.
She took on one of the largest for-profit colleges that was scamming students. And in the Senate, she fought for her constituents with the determination of a prosecutor, standing up for reproductive freedom.
Can you think of
The
any
freedom,
laws
the
that
inverse.
give the government the power to make decisions about the male body?
I'm not thinking of any right now, Senator.
She fought to keep our children safe from the terror of
It's
gun
not the
violence.
own you think it is.
How many of you guys had to have a drill where you learned about how you need to hide in a closet or crouch in a corner in the event that there is a mass shooter? Look at that. Look at that.
On the Intelligence Committee, she defended our nation against foreign adversaries. And in 2020, she made history.
You think you just fell out
as
of
the
a
first
coconut
woman
tree?
to be elected vice president of the United States. She cast the tie-breaking vote to deliver urgent relief to the American people during the pandemic. She beat Big Pharma to lower prescription drug prices.
Wow, she beat Big Pharma. But if you want to work on her
And led the
campaign,
fight
you
to
got to
restore
accept the jab
reproductive
into your
rights
life.
after Roe v. Wade was overturned.
We have worked too hard and fought too long to see our daughters grow up in a world with fewer rights than our mothers.
Because she's never been
Well, how about
afraid
you
to
take
stand up to
responsibility for your
powerful
actions?
interests.
How about that?
Sometimes people will open the door for you and leave it open. Sometimes they won't. And then you need to kick that door down.
Oh, wow.
She knows about kicking doors down. That's her business.
Yeah.
Now she's running for president, still fighting for families like the
As a
one she grew
prosecutor,
up with.
I've ordered lots of people to kick doors in.
We're saying we just want fairness. We want dignity for all people.
Commie.
And we are a work in progress. We haven't yet quite reached all of those ideals, but we will die trying because we love our country. We believe in our country. We're not falling for these folks who are trying to divide us, trying to pull us apart. We know what we stand for, and we stand for the people, and we stand for the dignity of work, and we stand for freedom. We
Your
stand
administration
for
wouldn't
justice.
allow
We
me to
stand
work if I
for
didn't accept
equality.
certain things
And so
into
we
my
will
life.
fight for all of it.
You didn't
That's
allow.
who Kamala Harris is. That's who she
fuck these
believes,
people.
and that's what she'll fight for.
I'm
every
telling you,
day.
she's going to be the queen. She's
Better start
she's got
buying your
marketing.
Bitcoin now.
Nobody
Bitcoin
cares
now.
about the policies. It's slogans and marketing. They got it down. They got
Dude,
the
they
best
got-
Hollywood
they-
people. They got
Dude,
all the top pedophiles on board.
They're appealing to the lowest common denominator. We're an idiocracy. I
And
mean,
it's
this
gonna
is
work.
this is
It's gonna
generations
work.
of public school system, and there's not
Yeah,
enough
yeah,
of
like-
us.
Like it's been
Please
like
welcome
decades,
the
like
Democratic
generations of public
nominee for
schooling,
president,
like
Vice
like
President of the
of
United
like
States
6
of
booster
America,
shots,
Kamala Harris.
like Adderall and shit for the kids, you know. And
Here
and
we
now
go.
Now they're like she is like they're swooning over her. They're swooning over her with not even the slightest interest. And I guess what do you call like the opposite of an interest, where you're like, no, I don't want to know anything about her position on Palestine. No, I don't care about her. Like it's all just vibes. And that
Joy.
that's what
It's joy, Babs. You're. It's all about the joy. Apparently, that's their. That's
she's
what they're
getting
running
it.
on. Joy.
Unburdened by what has been.
I mean, this
by
does make the
economics that has
RNC
been.
look like a total clown show. Like, I mean, you got fucking
how
Hulk
many-
Hogan ripping his shirt off, and like the UFC dude out
how
there,
many,
like,
how many
dude.
TikTok influencers did the RNC have?
It's just they can't win the culture war, man. They suck at it. They suck at it.
What's funny is like you think you think these people would make better memes, right? They can put on a show like this, but they can't put a meme together to save their life.
Well, that's why Trump won in the first time.
Dude, the meme wars, man. But I don't know, man. I just don't think it's going to happen with her because I think the funding's going to dry up. The whole
No way.
facade is
I
going to.
think she got it by
What funding,
landslide
dude?
now.
Yeah, she's got so much money already. What funding?
Well, I think like that the it's going to ebb. It's like, oh my gosh, dude. Buy ammo now. Bitcoin, silver, gold, go. Do it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Start buying some seeds. Buy some land. Take care of your
Stack
family.
stats, gold, weapons. Yeah.
Get closer to
Encryption.
God.
You're going to need encryption. You're going to need weapons.
Get to know
Right,
people in
you're
your
gonna need-
community.
We're gonna have to just break Ross out ourselves.
You're gonna
Yeah,
need
it's
solar
not happening.
panels. Like
We're gonna have to
need
free
your own
Ross
food
ourselves.
sources. Yeah. Well, I kind of thought it would come down to that.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Bye. Oh gosh, here we go.
Thank you all. Okay, we got to get to some business.
What
Okay. Thank
Some
you
feels.
all. Okay. Thank you.
All right, fucking give your speech.
Thank you. Please. Thank you so very much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Her brain
Okay,
hasn't
let's
kicked
get
in
to
yet.
business.
Okay.
Let's get to business.
You've
All right,
already
you
said
already
that
said that.
3 times.
Meeting. All she does is like she doesn't.
So,
She just
let me
fills time
start
with her mouth.
By thanking my most
She's
incredible
good at that.
husband, Doug,
This is gonna
for
take
being
forever,
an
dude.
incredible
Yeah, how
partner
drunk
to
is she?
me
I'm cutting my-
and
the
I'm cutting myself.
second
father to
gentleman.
Cole and Ella.
Oh
The
fuck, she's
second
lit. I need
gentleman.
another drink to
Dougie.
catch up.
I love you so very much.
Is that her daughter?
To our
Yes, that's her.
president, Joe
Not her
Biden.
daughter. His daughter.
Oh.
She fucking anyway.
She has
When
no
I
kids, dude.
think about the path that we have traveled
She's a childless
together,
cat lady.
Joe, I am filled with gratitude. Your record is extraordinary, as history will show, and your character is inspiring.
Who's she talking
and
to?
Doug and I love you and
Herself?
Jill, and are
Joe.
forever thankful to you both.
Biden, the pedophile.
He's not even there.
Well, it's after 8
And to
p.m.
Coach
That's
Tim
true. Good
Walls,
point. It's way too late.
you are going to be an incredible vice president.
He's got the roles for it.
Yeah.
And to the delegates and everyone who has put your faith in our campaign, your support.
And by
is
everyone, I
humbling.
mean Lockheed
So,
Martin,
America, the
Raytheon.
path that led me
Mhm.
here in
APAC.
recent
APAC.
weeks was no doubt unexpected.
Unexpected.
But I'm no stranger to unlikely
Suddenly.
journeys.
Suddenly.
Suddenly.
Biden
My mother,
suddenly
our mother,
just
Kamala Harris, had one of her own.
just
And I
suddenly.
miss her every day, and especially right now.
Oh.
And I know she's looking down, smiling. I know that. So my mother was 19 when she crossed the world alone, traveling from India to California with an unshakable dream to be the scientist who would cure breast cancer.
Oh, we're still working on that, but
When she finished school,
Pfizer is up there in
she was
the
supposed to
$2
return
million
home to a
suite up there, and they'll figure it
arranged
out.
marriage. But as fate would have it, she met
They're gonna
my
solve that
father,
cancer
Donald
problem.
She's up in the
Harris,
penthouse.
a student from
Yeah.
Jamaica.
He's working on it.
Yeah,
They
all her Pfizer
fell
friends
in
are up there.
love and got married, and
there in
that
the
act
upper
of
s-
self-determination made my sister Maya and
Coconut
me.
tree drops. Oh. I was like, what?
Growing up, we moved a lot.
You
I will
think you just
always
fell out of a
remember
coconut
that
tree?
big Mayflower truck packed with all our belongings, ready to
Mayflower.
go to Illinois, to Wisconsin. And
They said my
wherever
state.
Our parents' jobs took us.
My state
early
lines.
memories of our
My
parents
state
together are
lines.
very joyful ones. A home filled with laughter and music. Aretha, Coltrane, and Miles.
You just bought those records 2
And
weeks
Snoop
ago.
Dogg.
Shut the fuck up.
Mother
And
would
Snoop
say,
Dogg when you were getting
"Fake
high in
notes."
college 10 years
But my
before it
father
came
would
out.
say,
You're so fucking fake and
"Miles,
phony. Shut the
run,
fuck
Kamala,
up.
run. Don't be afraid. Don't let anything
You know
stop
what,
you."
Alex? You ain't black.
You ain't black.
You ain't black.
You guys saw that photo op
From
when she
my
was like buying
earliest
records. I was like, bitch,
years,
you
he
don't know,
taught me to
you
be
didn't fucking know
fearless.
about this shit.
But the harmony
Stop trying to
between
fake it. It was
my
so
parents did not
ugh.
last.
Just everything
When
they
I was
do
in
is fake
elementary
and
school,
gay.
they split up.
Mm.
And it was mostly my mother who raised us. Before
Where's your
she
father?
could finally afford to buy a home, she rented a small apartment in the East Bay. In the Bay, you either live in the hills or the flatlands. We lived in the flats. A beautiful,
Oh, she's code
working-class
switching.
neighborhood. of firefighters, nurses, and construction workers, all who tended their
It was the village
lawns
people.
with pride. My
Bunch
mother,
of fact.
she worked long hours, and like many
The
working
village
parents,
people.
she leaned on a trusted circle to help raise us. Mrs. Shelton, who ran the daycare below us and became a second mother.
Here we go.
Uncle Sherman, Aunt Mary,
Oh my
Uncle
God.
Freddie, Auntie Chris,
Code switching. Code
none of
switching.
them
Auntie
family
Chris.
by blood,
Code
dude.
switch.
all of
Go.
them
I want
family
Trump to win
by
just because
love.
he's at least entertaining to listen to.
Yeah, this is just
Like, it doesn't matter.
Terrible.
Families
Raytheon,
who
the
taught
MIC,
us
they're all going to be
how to
calling the
make
shots
gumbo.
regardless. But can I just
Right,
get
I
someone that's
know.
like entertaining?
And sometimes even let us win. Family who loved us,
What?
believed in us, and told us we could be
I want the dude that walks over and
anything
just like
and do
kisses
anything.
the helmets of a dead fucking fireman. That's the guy I want.
They instilled in us the values they personified: community, faith, and the
I love Venn
importance
diagrams.
of treating others as you would want to
I
be
need more
treated,
Kamala sound bites.
with kindness, respect, and compassion.
yeah. The Joe Biden ones
My
are so
mother was
dead.
a
Literally.
brilliant 5-foot-tall brown woman with an accent. And as
But
the
7
eldest
foot if you
We
got to
start
know
off
her.
with 2 words.
As the eldest child,
Made in
I
America.
saw how the world would sometimes treat her. But my mother never lost her cool. She was tough, courageous, a trailblazer in the fight for women's health.
I thought you were going to say
And
trans.
she taught Maya and me a lesson that Michelle
Trailblazer.
mentioned the other night.
Transblazer.
She taught us to never complain about injustice, but do something about it. Do something about it.
Yeah.
That was my mother.
Uh-huh.
And she taught us, and she always,
To love Venn
she also
Venn
taught
diagrams.
us, and she also taught us, and never do anything half-assed.
Oh,
And
she
that
said the
is a
ass
direct
word.
quote.
Oh, wow.
Oh wow. So
She's one of us,
A direct
guys.
quote.
It's
I
direct.
grew up immersed in the ideals of the civil rights movement. My parents had met at a civil rights gathering, and they made sure that we learned about civil rights leaders, including the lawyers like Thurgood Marshall and
Another
Constance
unintended consequence of the civil rights
Motley,
movement.
those who battled in the
Kamala's
courtroom
parents' meeting.
to make real the promise of America.
uh,
So at a young age, I decided I
how many
wanted to
slaves
do
did your
that.
dad own
I
in
wanted to be
Jamaica?
a lawyer.
Is that ever fucking brought up?
The type of
Nope.
law I would
Is that ever
pursue.
brought up?
I reflected
The
on
fact
the
that your dad
pivotal
was like an
moments of my
overseer
life.
in Jamaica?
Right. Grandpa,
When I was
Grandpa
in high
Harris.
school, I
No.
started to notice
Man,
something
Grams,
about
yeah.
my best friend Wanda.
Throwing that
Wait,
out
so
there.
her grandpa
was
was
sad
a
at
slave
school.
owner in Jamaica.
Yep.
And there were
Yeah.
times she
He was
didn't want to go
British
home.
and
So one day I asked
Like
if
British
everything
Indian?
was all right.
yeah, I
confided in
think.
me
Well,
that
I
she
don't
was
know,
being
but apparently,
sexually abused
from
by
what
her
I've gathered,
stepfather. And I immediately
Jamaican-
told her she had to come stay with us.
it
and
doesn't
she
matter.
did.
She's just fucking blabbing. But
This
anyways,
is one of the reasons
a
I
lot
became a
of like,
prosecutor,
if you lived under
protect
the
people
British
like
Empire
Wanda,
and you were of that
because
like
I
elite
believe
or upper echelon of
everyone
society,
has a right to
you were
safety,
basically like,
to
hey, we got an
dignity,
assignment for
and
you.
to
You're going to go to
justice.
Jamaica, but you're going to be an overseer. So like you can basically gain your freedom. So like a lot of
As a
Irish,
prosecutor, when I had
a lot of
case,
Irish living in the British Empire
I
were basically.
charged
That's why
it
like a lot of
not
Jamaicans
in the
have
name of the
Irish and
victim,
English last
but
names,
in
because
the
basically it's
name
like,
of
oh
the
yeah, we were your overseer,
for a simple reason.
and so it was
in
like,
our system of justice,
yeah, so
harm
that's never
against
brought up about
any
her
one of
family's
us
lineage. That like
is
her
a
family
harm
literally owned
against
slaves.
all
But
of us.
anyway,
And I would often explain this
What's that,
to
dude?
console survivors
Good
of
memes out there?
crime, to remind them
Alex Rosa.
no one
I
should be
couldn't
made
send
to
this
fight
over.
alone. We are all in this together.
no, we're not. I'm not in this together with you.
And every day
We are not, bitch.
in the
We are
courtroom,
not.
I stood proudly before a
big
judge
negative.
and I said 5 words.
5 words.
Kamala Harris for the people.
Oh, she's totally a con. Oh my god! Like, what? What the fuck? If you're totally trying to like separate yourself from being called a commie, why would you?
I've only had
My
one
god,
Doesn't
client.
care. They don't
always
care,
do
dude.
they don't give a fuck. They're so dumb.
And so, on behalf of the people, on
Who
behalf
voted for me?
of
I mean,
every
selected me. I
American,
mean,
regardless
here I
of
am.
party, race, gender, or the language your grandmother speaks, on behalf of my mother
She's code
and
switching.
everyone who has ever set out on their own unlikely journey, on behalf of Americans like the people I grew up with, people who work hard, chase their dreams,
Suck a
and
mean
look out
dick.
for one
Do whatever
another.
you have to do to survive and get
On
ahead.
behalf of
Willie Brown,
everyone,
Montel
Yeah,
Williams.
Willie Brown.
stories could only be written in the
Remember that time?
greatest nation on earth.
You were literally nobody
I
fucking
accept
knew you
your
in the
nomination
90s. You were Montel.
President
Oh wow, she accepts it. Look,
Whoa.
she was installed. The crowd goes wild. Look at that.
Dun, 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 dun. All of a sudden, like Steve Austin comes down like from the rink and just like gives her a
And with
cold,
this
gives
election-
her a stunner.
Dude, it's such WWF theater. This is ridiculous.
And with this election, our nation with this election has a precious, fleeting opportunity to move past the bitterness, cynicism, and divisive battles of the past, a chance to chart a new way
Dude,
forward.
she's our next president, man.
Not,
She's the next president.
not as members of any
Trump's
one
done.
party or
I don't know. Maybe if
faction,
Trump goes on
but
some
as
more podcasts.
Americans.
Nah,
Yeah,
it's
sorry,
over, dude.
Let me
Ross.
say,
Sorry,
I know
Ross.
Yeah, dude.
You had a
there
shot
is
and it's
political
over.
views watching tonight, and I want you to know, I promise to be a president for all Americans. You can always trust
What
me.
if I want to keep my
put
guns? Is that
country
cool?
above party.
You don't count.
and
What if I don't
self.
want an injection?
To hold sacred
What if I don't want
America's
gender affirmation?
fundamental principles from the rule of law.
That's what they
to
should have
free
outside
and
of this. They should
fair
have the gender
election,
affirmation
to the
truck,
peaceful
right? Like
transfer
one
of
truck you can get
power.
a vasectomy. The next truck's an abortion. The next truck it's gender affirmation.
I
Look
will
at this
be a
American psycho.
president
Oh
who
my god.
unites
Dude, what a
us
fucking lizard person.
around our highest
My God.
aspirations. A president who leads.
You know his wife was
and
fucked by
listens,
what's his face?
who is realistic
The pictures with
practical,
Oprah and Miley
and
Cyrus
has
and
common
the
sense,
creeper,
and always
the Hollywood
fights
producer.
for the American people.
Weinstein.
Weinstein.
From
Yeah.
the courthouse.
So Gavin
to the
Newsom's
White
wife,
House,
that's
that
how
has
she
been my
came up
life's
in the
work.
business through Weinstein. And now he's
Lord.
As
dude,
a
these people
young
are the worst, dude.
courtroom prosecutor in Oakland, California, I stood up for women and children.
Man, our voice is
against
always cracking.
predators who abuse them.
All right.
As Attorney General of California,
Oh man,
I
those
took
vocal
on
cords
the
over
big
the years,
banks,
you know. Throat
delivered
got a lot of
$20
work
billion
over the years.
for middle-class families who faced foreclosure, and helped pass a homeowner bill of rights, one of the first of its kind in the nation.
A homeowner's bill of rights. That's why.
What about the
Like you
regular
like to keep
Bill of
guns in
Rights?
your home?
How about the Bill of Rights? Bill of Rights.
How about the like?
Whatever
hey,
happened to that thing?
Yeah. How about the like? Hey, you can't squat in my fucking home. Get the fuck off my property. I'll fucking shoot you. Rights.
Yeah, for real, dude.
For seniors,
Like, how many squatters are in California and out in the West Coast? Because like the laws are just fucking ridiculous.
Dude, I
Or
saw
how about,
somebody.
like-
Hold on, quick story time.
Yeah,
I saw
just
on
mute
like
her.
one of the neighborhood apps or whatever. I can't remember which one, but this person was like complaining because they put their they like moved out of their house, I guess, and they hadn't sold their previous house, and like somebody went on and listed their house. This is like a scam where they list your house for rent on like Facebook Marketplace or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then people either don't know it's a scam or they're in on the scam. They then pay that person to rent your house, and then once they're living in your house for like
a certain amount of time,
like they can't evict them, even though it's your fucking house.
Dude, that happens with like
It happened in Hamilton. This was in
Airbnb
like
owners.
Hamilton.
Yeah, dude, it's insane, man. I've seen that too, like in Baltimore, and like it's happening.
Dude, that's
in
not
other
happening in
states.
my dude. I'm coming over with some people. And you're leaving the house.
There's a free market solution for that problem. I guarantee it.
Yeah,
exactly.
I guarantee it.
There's something Hoppe talked about. It's called physical removal.
Yeah. Does her homeowner's bill of rights protect you from the Secret Service if they want to just come in and use the bathroom?
Right.
I love how that story just went away.
God.
And calamity when he was in office, but also the gravity of what
How about
has
that
happened
$25,000
since he
subsidy
lost
she's
the
talking
last
about
election.
for people buying houses?
Donald Trump tried to throw away.
Wouldn't
your
that be
votes.
awesome?
He tried to throw away your votes. Actually, no, wait, that was
Sure.
me. Actually, that was us. We threw away your
United
votes.
States
Yeah.
Capitol, where they assaulted
Oh, here we go, Jan 6.
You guys
Let's
still
tune
voting?
this. Let's turn this up. Let's listen to the propaganda.
And his own party begged him to call off
Oh, shit, I muted that.
the mob and send
Call off
help.
the mob.
He did the opposite. He fanned the flames.
By telling
And
them to
now,
respect law
For an
enforcement.
entirely different set of crimes, he was found guilty of fraud by a jury of everyday Americans, and separately,
Handpicked
separately found
in New
liable
York.
for committing sexual abuse.
I don't know though, man. I mean, this
And
is kind of how it
consider-
felt when it was Hillary versus
Consider
Trump.
what he intends to do.
I mean,
give him
Kamala's a
power.
little
But they
bit more
learn their
charismatic.
lessons so
Consider
hard. They're coming
his
at it 10 times
explicit
harder this time.
intent
They're not going to
to
make. They're
set
not going to lose
free
that way again.
violent extremists who assaulted those law
Yeah,
enforcement
you're probably
officers
right.
at the Capitol.
Oh.
His explicit
Maybe Chase
intent
Oliver though.
to jail journalists,
Yeah, let's do Chase.
political opponents, and anyone he sees as the
Helicopter
enemy.
rights.
Like
His
Assange.
explicit intent
Wait.
to deploy our active duty military against our own citizens.
When did that happen? What is she talking about?
Consider
What is she
You
even
mean when the
talking about?
National Guard was deployed?
power.
You
he
mean like when
will
they were deployed to form a
especially
gate or
after
a
United
fence around the
States
United
Supreme
States
Court
Capitol?
Just
Yeah.
ruled that he would be immune
Or were they
from
kettled
criminal
protesters in
prosecution.
Philly down onto the Vine Street Expressway where they could be bombarded with tear gas?
Just imagine Donald Trump with no guardrails.
Oh my God.
And how
Oh my
he would
goodness.
use the immense
This would be
powers
awful.
of the presidency
I'm cowering.
of the United States.
How could we can only
Not
imagine what
to
he would
improve
do.
Your life.
It's
We
going to
don't-
be
Not
horrible. Like
We
nothing
have
we've
4
ever
years of
seen.
evidence. We have 4 years of evidence,
But
but
to serve the only
We're unburdened by
client
that.
he has ever
We're back to
had.
using our imaginations, okay?
Himself.
yes, unburdened by what can be.
And we know what a second Trump term would look
How
like.
many
It's
camera
all laid
angles do
out
you
in
think they
Project
have?
2025, written by his closest
Probably.
advisors, and its sum total is to pull our country back.
Notice
to
the black
past.
or the brown
But
background
America,
to kind of like
we
contrast
are not
against
going
her.
back. We
It's
are
kind of
not
subliminal,
going
huh?
back.
We're not going back.
We
We're not going
Is that
back.
the phrase? We are not
That's the
going back?
phrase. We're not going back.
are not
Twirling
going
to the future.
back to when Donald Trump
Wish people got that.
tried
joke.
to cut Social Security and Medicare. We are not
What?
going back to when he tried to get rid of the Affordable Care Act, when insurance companies could deny people with pre-existing conditions.
Well, they should.
We are not
They
going
should.
to let him eliminate the Department of Education that
Yes,
funds
they
our
fucking
public
should.
schools.
The kids are retarded. Okay.
We are not going to let him end programs like Head Start that provide
Yes.
preschool and
Do it.
child care for our children.
No such thing. Take
America, we are
responsibility.
not
Fuck that.
going back.
Fuck you.
You know, just imagine, can we just mute it a little bit? Can you imagine how stoked these guys must be? Like,
How
it was
what?
just a matter of weeks ago. They were trying to rally behind this demented kid sniffer
Oh,
who's
no,
like
not
pooping
Don
himself
Cheadle.
and
Yeah,
couldn't
he's
make
a-
a sentence. right? And now they've got, you know, like a, I don't know, like a junior high school guidance counselor. I don't know, like how
Who's
would
an
you describe
alcoholic.
this?
Who's
Yeah,
an alcoholic? Yeah.
Look at this cum stain whore.
I mean, imagine though trying to put on a show like this for Biden. Like, it just wouldn't work.
Look at those shoulder pads. Look at these. Oh man, look at all the SSRI eyes and low T and soy and just the degeneracy within this crowd.
I can't believe this is what we're at. We're at Donald Trump and fucking
and
Joe the corpse of Joe Biden. Now it's
right,
vapid,
and then it's not even like, and then
Ugh.
like Kennedy's out, and then it's just like, well, I guess I might have to vote Libertarian. And it's like, fuck Chase Oliver. Like, seriously, like, I am not voting this year. I'm not even gonna. I am done. Like,
doesn't it seem like every election, like, we need a libertarian candidate more than ever? Like, this is like the most, like,
but then they just get worse.
It's the
and
most
worse
needing
and
a
worse.
libertarian candidate ever election.
It's the most election of our lifetime.
Yeah.
And once again, the libertarians, like, everybody says, well, you got to run candidates. We're not a debating club. It's not a social thing. You got to run candidates, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And then look at the fucking candidates they run. Chase, like,
again,
I mean,
not my fault.
Again, not the Mises Caucus fault. Babs,
well, it was kind of
Mises.
Mises Caucus's fault.
Dave Smith,
Hey, if it wasn't the Mises Caucus, if it wasn't for the Mises Caucus, you would have had Bill Weld and what's his dumb fucking face in 2020.
Bill Weld's endorsing Kamala. Like, that's how sad it is.
So,
he came out as a Republican. He's part of the squad. He's part of the whatever. Like, he came out, like, they're like, oh, look at these prominent Republicans endorsing Kamala. And it's like,
whoever's standing in the way of Spike Cohen being the candidate is the problem. Like,
that would be Spike Cohen himself. And next week, guys, next week he'll be here. Next Thursday night, Cohen will be on our show.
You're like, Spike, what's up? What's going on? All right, well, let's listen to her commie dribble. Let's see what's going on.
She's talking about Venn diagrams now.
Yeah,
and I'm going to bed.
Keep it moving, man. I got this. I got this.
Middle class families by almost $4,000 a year.
4,000. What the fuck is $4,000 when it's like cut in half by inflation?
We will pass a middle class tax cut that will benefit more than 100 million Americans.
Oh,
that guy.
We're $36 trillion in debt in a couple weeks. But hey, rock and roll. We got this.
I believe America
Friends, I'm not your friend.
Truly be prosperous unless Americans are fully able to make their own decisions about their own lives.
I mean,
especially on matters
about their own career. I mean, about their own currency.
But if you want to work for me, you have to be up to date on your COVID
in America, too many women are not able to make those decisions. And let's be clear about how we got here. Donald Trump
How did we get here?
Members of the United States Supreme Court took away reproductive freedom.
Bow chicka wow wow.
And now
knee pad,
he brags
heels
about
up,
it.
heels up
In
Harris.
his
That's how we got here.
Quote, I did it and I'm proud to have done it. End quote.
She did it. Oh, that's a soundbite. Can we get that? I did it and I'm proud to have done it.
I've traveled across our country. And women have told me their stories.
Women have told me this.
Husbands and fathers have shared theirs.
Stories
of women miscarrying in a parking lot.
What?
Developing
Shut up. Oh my God.
Losing the ability to ever again have children. All because doctors are afraid they may go to jail.
Stop it.
For their patients.
Stop it.
So because they couldn't get an abortion, they had a miscarriage in the parking lot, and that's the narrative.
IVF treatments.
Therefore, we have to stop Trump.
Children who have survived sexual assault, potentially being forced to
They're
carry
going to win
a
this.
Pregnancy to term.
They've got this down.
This is what's happening in our
This
country.
This is such a small, minute
And understand, he is not done.
segment
As
of a
part his
statistic.
agenda,
And this is what they're
he
fucking
and his
running on.
allies would limit access to birth control.
And it's going to work brilliantly.
Ban medication
Because people are
abortion,
retarded.
Well,
and they
this
don't
is just
understand
preaching to
that.
the. This is just preaching to the choir. This isn't going to gain her anything.
or without Congress.
No, it's going to motivate her base. That's
It's
what I'm
going to
talking
motivate
about.
retarded women.
No,
to vote
nobody,
for
Well, they
nobody
already-
falsifies voting records unless they're
Yeah, but
motivated.
the Supreme Court.
And force states
Yeah, but the Supreme
to
Court already
report
motivated it by
on women's
taking
miscarriages
their
and
actions. If they
But
wanted
that
to
was
keep
base,
it,
though.
if they
That was
wanted to
base
keep
because it should
well,
have never
base
came
or
down
not-
to one
their
court
minds.
case to be the supreme law of the
base or
land.
not, they
They
lost
are
the
out of
political
their
football.
minds.
They lost the political football.
Yeah, but also nobody watches this shit except us losers. Thanks, God.
This is why we're here. This is why
Yep.
we're here.
Is it that they don't trust women?
I don't trust
Well,
women.
we trust women.
Don't trust a hoe.
We
Yep.
trust women.
You trust all women?
All women, trust them all, even with false rape allegations. Just trust them all. Remember that? They're trying to like run back trust all women.
Well, she was a Jolie or what's the
into law.
What?
Smollett? What's the name? Just
Juicy. Yeah, dude. Her
There we go.
only
Oh, look, it's a man breastfeeding.
bill, a man breastfeeding, a purchased child, a purchased child.
Who would bring a baby
I'm sorry,
to
did I
this
say
list?
breastfeeding? I meant to say chest feeding.
Chest feeding, yes, Babs. It's
Chest
called
feeding,
chest
you
feeding.
bigot.
Okay, you bigot.
Nipple feeding.
Openly and with pride.
So her only bill that passed when she was senator was like the hate speech shit under the Juicy Smollett debacle.
Oh, that's right. She completely endorsed that scam.
Yeah.
Remember?
Go back in the tweets. Remember that shit?
The freedom that unlocks all the others, the freedom to
Ooh,
vote.
there's the manly man of the group.
Yeah.
With this election,
Was Chuck Schumer out on this previously? Probably, right?
He was out a day or two ago, but I don't know. He had to get back under his heat lamp. I don't know.
and let me be clear. After decades in law enforcement, I know the
Juicy
importance
with the boozy.
of safety and
Juicy
security,
with the boozy.
especially at our border. Last year,
That's a
Joe
podcast
and I
title.
brought together Democrats and conservative Republicans.
I already
to
have
write
passing the
strongest
pedo
border
torch.
bill in decades. The Border Patrol endorsed it. But Donald Trump believes a border deal would hurt his campaign.
Border.
So he ordered his allies in Congress to kill the deal.
Oh wait, are
Well,
we?
I refuse
My
to
borders?
We're talking about my
without
borders, my
security.
state lines. What are we
And here
talking
is
about
my
here?
pledge to you.
I'm gonna build the
As
wall.
President, I will bring back the bipartisan border security bill that he killed, and I will sign it into law.
You can do it right now, you dumb
Wow.
cunt.
I know.
Wait, she's getting the
know
Democrats to
we
cheer for
can live
borders?
up
My borders.
to our proud heritage as a nation.
What if she
of
says she's gonna build the wall?
And reform our broken immigration.
We're gonna go to Home Depot so many times.
We are going to build the wall.
create an earned pathway to citizenship and secure our border.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. She's building the wall.
The Bernie Sanders platform.
And America, we must also be steadfast in advancing our security and values abroad.
Oh, here we go.
As Vice President,
Oh,
I have
we're good. The
confronted
weapons
threats
will
to
flow.
our security, negotiated with foreign
Plant-based.
leaders, strengthened our
They want borders so we
alliances,
can't
and
leave.
engaged
Exactly.
with our
Exactly.
brave
Obviously.
troops overseas.
The great Ron Paul said
As
that.
Commander-in-Chief, I will ensure America always has the strongest, most lethal fighting force in the world.
Here we
There
go.
you go.
Military industrial.
We
Raytheon's
also
like just
fulfill
came
our
in their pants
sacred
right now.
obligation to care for our troops and their families, and I will always honor and never disparage their service and their sacrifice.
Shut up.
Oh, I see a politician. What's that? Maxine Waters? Was that her?
Yeah.
I will make sure
I will
that we
keep
lead
funding
What
the
are they
flyovers.
into the future
That's
on
sports
space
ball.
and artificial intelligence that America,
NFL season
not
is coming
China,
up.
wins the
Wait.
competition for the
Wait, AI.
21st
Here we go. This
century,
might get
and that we
juicy.
strengthen, not abdicate, our global leadership.
Dude, what if she
Trump,
endorsed a
other
Bitcoin
hand,
national reserve? Would that blow
threatened
everybody's
to
mind or
abandon
what?
NATO. He encouraged Putin to invade our allies, said Russia could, quote, do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah,
5
that's right.
days before
They
Russia
can.
attacked Ukraine,
Turns
I
out
met
that's
with
right.
President Zelensky to warn him about Russia's plan to invade. I helped mobilize a global
what?
response
She warned
over
him?
50 countries to defend against Putin's aggression.
Oh, wait, she did.
And as president, I will stand strong with Ukraine and our NATO allies.
Ew.
Glory to Azov. Glory to the
Yes.
heroes.
Oh,
Glory to Stepan Bandera.
Nikki Pinecone in the house.
You know what? But notice who's not at this
What?
party
Where's
is
Nikki?
Zelensky.
President
Notice
Biden
Zelensky's
and I
not
are
at this
working
party.
around the clock.
Like,
Yeah, why not?
don't you think
Now
Zelensky
is
should
the
have been
time
there?
to
Like,
get
I'm
a
surprised he didn't
deal
zoom in.
And a ceasefire deal
Hi, Nick.
done.
Oh, here's some pandering.
And
gonna
let
get
me
Pandering
it
to
be
the
done.
protesters
clear.
outside.
Unless they don't
And
want
let
to,
me
and
be
that's fine
clear.
too.
I will always stand up for Israel's right to defend itself, and I
With
will
whatever
always
weapons-
APAC money
ensure
flowing
Israel
in
has the
Finest
right
ability
now.
known
to
to
defend
known to
itself,
mankind.
because the people of Israel must never again face the horror that a terrorist organization called Hamas caused on October
That Israel
7th.
created and our own CIA and Mossad
Wow.
was responsible for.
She got them all to cheer for that.
Sexual violence and the massacre of young people.
Oh, she's
at a
against sexual
music
violence?
festival.
Yeah.
At the same time,
What?
what has happened in Gaza over the past 10 months is
Wait, I missed it. What did she say?
devastating. So many innocent
She's
lives
flipped.
lost.
She is. Wow.
Desperate, hungry people fleeing for safety over
we're bombing
and
the fuck out
over
of them.
again. The scale of suffering is heartbreaking.
We just sent some more weapons over
President
right
Biden
now.
and I are
And,
working
As I'm
to end
speaking.
this war such
And
that
we're gonna
Israel
fight
Yeah,
it
didn't they
until
just
the
send
last
another like
hospital
10
is
billion in
released,
weapons contracts?
The suffering in Gaza ends, and the
I heard, like,
Palestinian
another-
people can realize their right to dignity.
I think another 20 million to
security,
Ukraine happened today.
self-determination.
Listen to them clap for that shit. Bunch of cucks. Can't believe
She
what a
literally
like,
got
lie to
done
my
saying,
face. Lie to
"Oh."
my face. Meanwhile, the official campaign says, "Oh, of course we're not gonna consider an arms embargo. Absolutely not. There's no limit on weapons."
To
She said
defend
whatever.
our forces and our interests against Iran and Iran-backed terrorists. I will
What?
not cozy up to tyrants and dictators like Kim Jong-un.
War with Iran.
Who are rooting for Trump. Who are rooting for Trump.
Those people that don't want war with Iran are rooting for Trump.
They know. They know.
All right, we got to start building our bunkers now, guys.
Yo, it's over, guys. Sorry.
All right, James, I'm coming to your island, dude.
Yeah, man. Send me your digits, bro.
I'm gonna buy an acre or two up there.
Drop a
Mute,
pin.
mute.
Drop a pin.
Mute. Can we mute?
And as
Yeah.
president,
Yeah,
I
Let's
will
just
never
summarize where we're at. She's got all the TikTok
The doorstep of
influencers.
World War III.
She's got all the
She's got
TikTok.
APAC. Okay.
APAC.
She's got a trans army. She's
Trans
got
army.
she's got 89,000 new IRS agents armed with shotguns.
She's got all the gays.
She's got the media, the tech companies, the oligarchs, Lockheed Martin, the bankers. Like, tell me how Trump is going to pull this one off.
He's got Theo Vaughn.
Hulk Hogan.
Maybe he'll go on Joe Rogan.
He can go on
Why
Rogan.
won't he go on Rogan? Why won't he go on
Dude,
Rogan?
he might go on. He might go on Rogan.
Nah, he
He
probably
has to.
will.
He's gotta start
look.
going. Dude,
It's still.
Trump's
we're
done.
still.
Trump's
we're,
cooked.
Nah, we're still 3 months
Fucking
away.
cooked, dude. No, he's fucking cooked.
We're still
The
3 months
Democratic
away.
machine has fucked, dude. She was a millimeter away from his brain splattered all over the fucking side of that stage, and they memory hold it. He's
Yeah, that's so
done,
crazy,
dude. They set him up, dude. They set him
Yeah.
up.
Dude,
Die.
if that happened in like 1965, like that person would just be elected that day. It'd be like, all right, we're not
Right.
even having an election. Like
Right.
you're in.
Yeah.
But this is like
Dude,
the apex.
we're honestly,
the apex
guys, like
the
I'm
apex
telling
of
you,
thought control, dude.
Over,
dude, it's over,
Over.
man. Like this shit, like I think we're witnessing like everything we knew and everything this whole podcast was created on. Was like, it's time to do it yourself. Like, yo, fuck, like there's no voting our way out of this.
Fuck.
Never
no.
has been.
There never has been, but it's evident.
I mean,
it's like, I'm sorry, and these fucking retards that, you know, a couple months ago. I mean, that's the thing. The LP convention is at least some form of a semblance of what a convention should be, but even then, it's just like, this is retarded. These people are retarded.
You know,
like
there's
everybody's
consequences
retarded.
at our convention. This is nothing but a fucking red carpet.
Exactly. Just
coup,
coronation,
like
red
fucking
carpet coronation. Yeah,
But that's what this
But-
is. At least ours, there was
but that maybe-
consequences. There was
maybe
outcomes.
maybe the DNC learned from the LNC and they said, holy shit, if you just let the members pick, you might get a Chase Oliver. We can't risk it. Like, and they
can't
so
risk
they
it. We
just
got to
canceled
install
all
somebody.
the entire everything was canceled.
That's
Like,
what I
just to
mean,
make
dude.
sure
I
they
can't.
They didn't get a Chase Oliver.
I don't know. I mean, I'm still optimistic because I just don't think dude, we're in the weeds in this shit, but how many people are actually paying attention to this shit? Like,
Not enough, dude. Not
It
enough.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many are paying attention.
They
They've
don't need
got
to
the-
watch
they-
this. They're just
you've
going to
got-
have
you've got-
all the
once
clips
you-
are going to go out on TikTok. They're all going to go out
Yeah.
on YouTube. Dude, I told
You
you,
get
like, I was
deep-
at
you
the
get
O's
di-
game.
Deep State.
I'm at the O's game, and this lady next to me, nice lady, very nice lady.
very nice, very nice.
But I like happen to like she has her phone. I happen to look over, and she's on Kamala's merch site. She's literally on Kamala's merch site at the baseball game.
What the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you doing? You're at a fucking dude.
I mean, it was before the game. It wasn't like in the
But
middle
even
of like the
still,
pitch. But like
dude,
Was she inspired by like a military flyover, or what was it that made
I'm
her
telling
heart
you, this is
swoon
just
with Kamala
this
Pride?
programming. Yeah, to your point, Jared. Yeah, the programming.
Fucking
it's
programming,
it's happening.
dude.
It's on the social media. It's on the TV. It's everywhere, man.
And when they can control
And
it,
the Republicans are just really shitty at that stuff, man.
well, yeah, and they fucking suck. Like, honestly, dude, they fucking suck at the culture war because it's like, for like years, they're like, Facebook.
Well, I was listening to
Twitter
Dave
and Instagram. They're censoring us. It's like, yeah, no shit. Start something fucking better. But guess what? By the time they started something better, it's too fucking late.
Well, now they have
Too
X,
late.
though, but
It's too late, bro.
It's too late. It's too late because it's too late. But go ahead.
What were you
Jared.
listening
were we
to,
gonna say?
Jared?
oh, I was listening to Dave Smith. I hadn't listened to him in like forever, dude. But I was like, I'm driving back from something. Let me see what I haven't listened to Dave Smith in forever. Let me listen. And that was where I heard him. For one thing I heard, which I'm not going to get into like a shit talking thing, but he was like, he just kind of casually mentioned, he was like, oh, I helped the Mises caucus, like, reach their like whatever.
Okay.
And
All
then
right.
it was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay. But anyways, no, but he was just bringing up how like this whole like weird thing,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, everything
and he was
weird.
like, these
This is
Republicans
undefinable. What is weird? What is weird?
have no like response to this because they're just not like creative. It's like all you'd have to do is be like, yeah, I'm weird. I'm weird because I don't want to start World War III. I'm weird because I don't want to, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, I'm weird because I actually want to have a future. I'm weird because I actually want to have. I actually want to
Because
like. I don't know,
because
like
the value of the dollar is collapsing.
Yeah, I want to actually like have the same semblance of a quality
instead
of
they're
life
just
as my
like-
parents and grandparents.
But
And I
instead
wanna
they're
be
just like,
able to raise
wah,
children.
wah, stop calling me weird. Wah.
I know.
I know you're not, but what am I? Like, it's like, dude, they're just
It's that inversion
they're,
again.
They're
It's
done.
The inversion.
They're done,
Yeah.
It's over, guys. Sorry, Ross.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Ross. We're gonna have to
sorry,
take you
Ross.
out, bro. We're gonna have to.
We're gonna have to
like,
wait till the economy actually crashes, and then maybe we'll get someone in who can.
We're gonna
who can
bust
help
you out, man. Like, look, we're gonna actually form an actual J6, and we're gonna get you out, buddy. Don't worry.
We're actually abolishing the federal government so we can close all the prisons and get everybody out, not just Ross.
Let's go.
Right. I mean, look. I mean, It just comes down to this, guys. I mean, and it's so true. Your community is your immunity, and what is this?
This is it, dude.
Look at this shit.
This is it. Look, read Scott's comment. They have the propaganda machine. There it is, right there. First cuck and second cuck.
Dude, this fucking faggot, this guy, the fucking Walls wasn't even a fucking coach. He wasn't even a fucking high school coach. He was an assistant linebackers coach because he has a felony. He has a felony. In the state of Minnesota, you cannot be a head coach at a public school. And this fucking douchebag.
What's this felony
Wait a minute.
for?
Wait a minute. Are we felony shaming now?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No. Not that I'm felony shaming, but the narrative that they're running with is literally when he was speaking last week, like yesterday, they had all these signs like Coach Walls, Coach Walls, Coach Walls. He was a
that's because America loves
assistant-
coaches.
He was an
America
assistant
loves coaches.
linebacker
They love
coach.
their authoritarian
And
figures.
running,
You know what?
He's running
That's
with this retarded story that, like, I took this from worst to first, like some bullshit story. But people are so fucking dumb. It's like he's been a succubus. He's
probably
National
into
Guard,
sports, like
National
he's probably
Guard,
into
and he
sports.
faked his fucking records, and he claims he was an Iraq veteran.
Wait, where's
And he
Michelle?
basically was like, "Oh, I'm running for Congress, so I have to leave my unit."
Where's Obama?
Dude, this whole everything
He's
the
into
Democrats do
sports.
is fake and gay, but they just
And
have
it's
the
completely
propaganda
completely
machine.
an
Like
inversion.
Scott
Pretty
said.
true.
They got this.
Dude, where are
they got
these
the
other
propaganda
parties
machine.
happening? These like fucking Rochester, PA.
What if they had
Right
PRL
here.
up there?
Wait, is that her mom?
I know, wouldn't that be
was
so
dead?
cool to have PRL up there on the board?
Well, at Rage Against the War, I mean, I think that's like one of the last vestiges. I think
We're gonna have to
honestly,
rage pretty fucking hard, dude.
dude. We're gonna have to like push back so
We're gonna
much
have to,
on this
like-
propaganda machine
gonna
because,
have to get
like
them
Scott
to
said,
come
it's
up with it.
real.
How about let's see what can libertarians introduce at the Rage Against the War that the typical lefties won't. I'm going to start
Not Chase, like keep Chase away.
Well,
I
no,
don't
no,
know.
no. Forget
Chase
Chase. I'm
Claymore.
saying, like,
Away.
what
Claymores.
is what's principled war resistance? Number one, non-cooperation. Two, no, you don't pay taxes, right? Like withhold taxes.
Yeah.
Like no war taxes, right? That should be a libertarian angle, right? Like make the left embrace that. Make the left say no war taxes, right? Why not? Isn't that where we're at? What
They won't do it.
let's
It's
but let's
over,
introduce it.
Johnny. It's over. They drew first blood, not me.
I mean,
all the
I think it just
balloons.
goes
What
back.
what is the goal of the rally?
I think just opening awareness and just,
Well,
kinda just shaking
2
people's
weeks.
conscience.
Because I mean, we
2
know
weeks.
it's not actually going to stop the war machine.
It's not, but I
It's
think
not anytime soon.
all right. At the end of the day, and I still have hope in this, is that there are so many people.
you,
I mean, we
Scott.
watch this shit because we're
you.
fucking political wonks.
Wait, what?
Clean up from a balloon and confetti drop would have bankrupt the LNC. I mean, facts, Scott and Mitch. It would have been great, but we would have been so broke. Okay, we would have been.
No,
Dude,
but
you know what? No.
Look, so we're gonna push back against that because in 2 weeks we're likely gonna have Angela on herself to talk about the war
Yeah.
rally, and we'll also have maybe Tim Miller on to join us.
Yeah, the
So
other
we're gonna-
aspect.
Yeah, I would like to get the answer from them because I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, I'm in
Let's
favor of
find out.
anti-war activities, but like, what is the ultimate goal?
Jared,
right?
Jared, here's the thing. The ultimate goal is, and here's the thing. It doesn't matter. I mean, look, at the end of the
The ultimate goal is it doesn't matter.
no. Ultimate goal. No,
I mean, we're all gonna die.
yeah, no, we are. I mean, that's the thing. That's the thing. We ultimately are all gonna die.
I
But
mean,
here's
yes, that's true.
so we need to accept it. And while we're in this world, we need to reach out to the remnant and we need to do the best we can and reach
That's
out to
it.
as many people and live a truthful, honest life. And whatever we can do while we have the God-given abilities to do it, we need to do it. And that's what we need to
That's
do.
the truth. And
That's what we need to
don't
do.
Don't underestimate the power of one person that just says, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Like because for every one person that's willing to say that openly,
shit.
there's always a bunch of other people in the background that are going like,
Mhm.
yeah, that's what I thought too, but I didn't know it was okay to think that. Like,
Exactly.
you know,
Exactly.
and
Because there's so many people that are in the background or unaware.
Hey, you thought this shit's crazy? Well, yeah, so do we, obviously, right? And they're like, oh, thank God. Somebody's like, I just thought I was the loony one. You know,
It just takes
like,
some brave individuals to speak out. And that's the thing. And it goes back to what, like, exactly what we said, the 500th episode. What I said is it's like, look, none of us would have been sitting here watching this commie rally if it weren't for Ron Paul. You know, if it weren't for someone saying, and
Still
if it
doing the
weren't for,
balloon drop.
you know, if it weren't
A lot of
for
balloons, man.
so that's what it's going to take. Reach out to the remnant and saying, you know what, we're not going to do this, and more people will follow suit. We got to be brave.
but it's also a matter of, I think, also building the community that's going to be separate from
the
those
resistance,
people, right?
Exactly.
Because like we might not be able to stop them, but what we can do is work together to protect ourselves from them and protect each other from them, and to create our own circular economies, you know, and to try to opt out of whatever they're doing at any point. Their schools, their money, their whatever, their stupid propaganda, their bullshit. Just like just create a barrier that says, you know, like, no, we're not playing that.
It's like, cool. Go over there, Sodom and Gomorrah. You keep doing that. You keep building
Get
that
all the boosters.
power.
You got boosters galore.
You know,
You
you
can
keep doing all that bullshit. We're gonna be over here building an ark. We're gonna be building an ark. You're like, we're gonna be doing
Alex
shit
is
over
ark.
here.
Alex literally going to be building an ark, dude.
Yeah. I mean,
Alex's ark.
look,
There you go. That's a podcast.
Alex's
all
ark.
right.
We can't
But
have
that's the
3
thing,
podcasts.
like, I don't think it's all in vain, Jared. Like, that's the thing. I honestly,
I'm not saying
think,
it's
to
in
Bob's
vain.
point,
I
I think there's
you know
a lot of people out there on the sideline.
But I think it has to be
relevant-
leveraged, right? I think like they got to make sure they really pump this thing up. You know,
that's our job. Now,
And I think there's leverage. I think there is, because I think, you know, it's around, look, the fact that, and look, let's wait till Angela comes on. Let's wait till Tim comes on. Strategery goals of it. Spike coming on next week.
That's going to be freaking epic. And I'm not going to be there for Spike Cohen.
Yeah, you can't take your shirt off, Babs.
Wait, next
Dude.
week? Yeah, I'll be here.
But you know, there's a meme that I'm thinking of, and that's the one where it says like, where the kids are gathered around dad and like, what did you do during the blank? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I made dank memes and made jokes about politicians. You know, it's like fucking legend. You know, like
yeah, exactly.
The question is that, I mean, it is the question we're all going to have to account for. You know, like in the end, it's like, what did you do when all this shit was going down? You know, like at least we did a stupid podcast and made fun of the shit. You know, like
At least we ate crabs and.
Yeah, we ate some crabs. We mocked it.
Smoked a lot of weed. You know, like we disregarded their authority. We
I'd
dodged
love to
their
move New
taxes.
Hampshire, but I don't know, man.
Yeah, but if you centralize us all in one place, then they just know where to drop the bomb.
That's where they know where they like to deploy the.
You got to be
B-52s or
scattered.
the
That's how like
tactical-
that's how Vietnam won.
Yeah, we could build tunnels. It's okay.
We need to be the Viet Cong of the libertarians.
Yeah,
Right. That's what I'm saying. Dude. Like, look, no matter how big the empire is, like, let's face it. Like, you know,
you can't kill us.
But they
all.
have no
the
honor,
Taliban,
and
the
that-
Viet Cong.
They have no honor. That is our greatest advantage.
No honor.
Exactly.
So,
On that note.
yeah, on that note.
On that note, well, hey, join the Patreon.
Yeah,
because we gave this out to
do
the
that.
plebes. So
this was a gift from us.
There's 100 of you watching. I know,
But we really,
57
actually,
of you
we
are fake.
We kind of
And
stole it from the Patreons and gave it away to the plebes, right?
You're fake and
like
gay.
the Patreon.
Yeah, we haven't had a
paid for it.
Patreon episode in like weeks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
so
owe it
you
to
know
them.
what? Next week it's
With
going to be
Spike.
on with Mr. Spike Cohen himself. We will be on there, and you won't get to hear it unless you fucking put up some shekels where your mouth is.
Yeah,
All right, Otto is very drunk.
like Kamala. Put your
All right.
money where your mouth
Otto
is.
was like, "I'm gonna have to leave early." And here he is.
And I'm still here.
Wasted at 11:20 on.
You know what?
Thursday.
Maybe I can at least come late for after hours or something next week.
You're gonna
because-
come.
You're gonna come.
I'm gonna come.
At least in the overflow room.
I'm going to come to the overflow room.
Yes. Let's
Dude,
all
I miss.
come in the
Does anyone else
together.
miss Biden now?
I know. I miss him now. I fucking miss him.
I'm telling you,
What is
every
this
regime.
about?
Remember my I always
There
say
you
this.
go.
Every regime makes you nostalgic for the last one.
Right.
The shit that goes down in the next 4 years is going to blow our minds. It's going to
It's
be
like-
like shit, like monkeypox lockdown. Who knows what
I
the
at least
fuck it's going to like.
I at least bought
right,
a Joe Jorgensen T-shirt. Like Chase Oliver, like fuck, no, I can't do it.
Let's all buy Chase Oliver shirts.
Dude, I want some
Trans-
Mike
do it.
Termott.
We're gonna
I want some
trans
Mike
these
Termott
kids to
merch.
liberty.
All right,
Let's
guys.
trans them all to liberty.
It's time for bed.
All right,
It
get out of
is.
here.
All
Join the
right.
Patreon,
Join the Patreon.
you plebes. If you're not,
Suck a dick and to the
until
Kamala
next
way.
time.
That's So until next time, everybody, live free.
Good day.
Yes.